There it is. I got it to work. I thought I was out of batteries for a split second. I was freaking out.
And then the show's over, right?
I'm not supposed to call out Ryan Green, who just ran in front of camera. So I'm not going to do it.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of TBD RPG. We have, once again, surprising us in the studio. I'm just going to go ahead and point at Darren DePaul, who's sitting over there. Yay!
Hi, this is on my voice.
Oh, so it's become like every Friday's becoming Christmas. It's like, are we getting Darren today? I don't know.
It is the never-ending
Friday
Christmas
is
episode.
Christmas.
Yes.
Oh God, that's right. For the past 3 Fridays, it has
Forever and
freaking
ever
been
and
Christmas.
Hanukkah or bust.
Remember when I called it the Christmas episode?
This is the most.
It's been the Christmas month.
Christmas special ever because we've taken one Christmas special, we've made it last for
Exactly.
8 weeks now.
Yes.
This is it's a Hanukkah
But-
miracle, really.
And despite the traumatizing events of last episode, no alien invasion on Earth so far.
No, not yet.
It just means we don't know about it yet.
Exactly. Not too shabby. So before we jump into Game Midge, would there like to be any announcement time? Who's got announcements? Sam, yes. Wait. Who wants to place bets? Does anybody want to place bets on what's Jody? Yes. How much would you like to bet? That Sam is
$2.
$2. Okay.
I think I
I'm gonna.
have $2.
I think Sam's gonna throw us for a loop today. I'm gonna say Sam's not excited.
I'm feeling a loop.
Okay.
I feel
$2. One bet.
I feel like words that mean the same thing.
We should
count.
seriously have
We're
a
gonna
poll
play
going
such
up in
a
Chat.
Twitch right now.
This is Ready, Bet, Go. Get Minsley in here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yes, Sam, we would like to hear
Will
the
this
verdict.
announcement involve her being wonderful and huggable
Them- yeah.
and very sweet?
Yes,
I'll put $2 on that.
I think so. Okay.
I don't think they're going to be delighted to be here.
Oh! Damn it. All right, Jody. I owe you $2.
I think I have
I think, yeah. No, I think we both, yeah.
We both love it. All right.
That actually did involve Sam being. They were very sweet and adorable. Yeah.
Your bet was that they are wonderful and happy and huggable,
Yes.
which is,
And that's what happens here on Eric's TBD RPG.
Anyway, tune in for next week's episode. Thanks for watching.
I thought it was going to be completely different. My expectations were completely thrown.
Wait, who are you
Quintel,
giving
you
your dollars
always
to?
expect the worst. You're always like, oh God, today's the day where the axe falls. Like, you're always waiting for it.
Well, you do have a real announcement. I mean, there's an announcement. It exists.
There is, yeah. Is there any other announcements? Are there any others?
Oh, or first.
I might have done a little bit of a thing on the internet.
What'd you do? Something like a hosting thing you did or something?
Something like that a little bit.
Okay.
So there's this show that we do here on Geek and Sundry, and it's called Signal Boost.
Signal
And
Boost!
I did one this weekend. It came out, and thank you for all of the love that I got from that and from TBD RPG fans in particular. And go check it out because, man, there's so much cool stuff out there, and you should really find out about it.
Yeah, it's rad. Signal Boost is near and dear to my heart because Sean Marisha and I created that show.
Yeah.
And for at least 25 episodes, I was writing that show. It's so much fun, and seeing where it's gone since Matt Key took over has been.
That show has
It was
writers?
so much fun to work
What's
with.
that?
That show has writers?
Yeah, can you believe that?
I know. I genuinely cannot believe that
Yeah,
there are writers
no.
on that show.
I should.
Utterly baffling.
If I had any self-respect, I would never have admitted to it just now. But anybody else have any announcements that they want to make? Wednesday. Oh, Jody, what's up?
I will not be here next Friday, but I will be at MegaCon in Orlando. So if anyone, and I have an artist alley table, but they haven't told me what number it is yet. So I will be behind a table.
If you're not
at
following
the
at Jody
show.
Hauser, you should be.
At Jody_Hauser.
That.
Yeah. So follow me on Twitter, and as soon as I know my table announcement, I will probably change my little name to include that because that's what all the cool comics kids do.
It's just a really good idea. I've really enjoyed that. Like, it helps you, like, because you don't catch everyone's every tweet, but if somebody's name has been so-and-so at ECCC for 2 weeks, you remember that they're there.
The problem is MegaCon's a really long word, so I don't know if it'll fit in the title.
This is a problem.
Yeah, but yeah, MegaCon.
You have gone
Orlando.
so Hollywood since you got your Eisner nomination. Like, just leaving us behind. Like, whatever. That's fine.
I mean, I'm sitting right here, guys.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, never mind. All right, I scratched that. So Wednesday Club, what's coming up on Wednesday Club?
We are in the middle of that discussion. It's on the text, and we haven't actually read the text. I haven't read the text because I've been driving all day.
This is an inside look into how the Wednesday Club gets made. And by the way, this is the conversation I have with myself 30 minutes before the Doctor Who game starts. Like, Maybe I should plan the game today.
It's
Maybe I should write the game up like in a Google Doc and have some
stay tuned.
footnotes.
Stay tuned to the socials.
Everybody
It's Matt's
dies.
week, so we'll let Matt make the announcement.
Yeah,
but
Matt's-
make sure you're following the Matt key. And
Matt's
we'll,
always he's always got like 3 things he wants to do and he goes back and forth for like a good 2 days before he decides. It's adorable.
We all do. Don't pretend we don't.
We do. It's just cuter when he does it.
Okay, any other announcements?
Well, with your shirt, it does remind me that next week is the 1-year anniversary of that.
Of Overwatch!
The 1-year
One of the
anniversary? 1-year
greatest
anniversary of Overwatch.
games made in like the past 10 years at least. Like, once again, Blizzard is, I always call
It's like
Blizzard
you're really good at your jobs or something.
Blizzard is the Pixar of the gaming industry. They just keep, like, they take their time making their hits, but damn, they make hits, like, every single time. I remember everyone bitching and moaning because we were demanding Diablo 2 back in the day, and it took so long for that to come out, and then when it came out, we all forgot that we were bitching and moaning. Diablo 3 was even longer. That was like a decade.
Was I playing that yesterday? Yes, I was.
Yes, he was. I can't wait to play the Necromancer. I'm really
Yes,
excited.
me too.
Witch Doctor has been my favorite, so I'm really eager to get into the Necromancer.
I'm a monk.
Yes, I confess. I have to say, though, and this is not me just kissing up, I have to say that recently I have discovered for the longest time despite my love for Hanzo, my best tune was always Junkrat. But lately, I have gotten 7 plays of the game in a row on Reinhardt.
Thank you, my friend.
It's no joke. No joke. Like, I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden I'm like, I can't stop it now. Like,
They've
it's happening.
released a little bit of your new dialogue. I'm very excited.
That was the one line I ever improvised.
Really?
And we were in a session, and it was to picture, and he just was like, huh, huh, huh. So we did that. And then we moved on, and I said, could I do this? Because normally you can't go back. I said, could I say this? And they filmed me saying it, and I was like, I just think that would be him. Honor, justice, right on. You know?
I hadn't heard it yet, and I heard it from
That
you
was-
first, so now it's magical.
So now it's in the game, and that's really great. I didn't know it was going to be in the game. It was one of the intro screen lines for a while.
That's
They
great.
They released a little patch of
Yeah.
of the voices.
Of the-
We're getting to the game, guys. Don't worry.
Oh, sorry, we're going to do the thing.
Yeah, and then I've got a couple more.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Real quick, just to close that out.
Yeah.
When I went to BlizzCon and I got to see all y'all up on stage talking about your characters and stuff like that, I was delighted to learn that the young lady that plays May.
Oh, yeah.
She is May, guys.
Oh, it's adorable.
She is totally May. And the line, her line, sorry, that's an outtake because she was apologizing for messing something up in the booth, and they're like, oh, we're keeping that. And so it's one of my favorite May lines. She is totally May. Like, listening to her on that panel, I was like, oh, wow, the writers had it easy on this one. Damn. What were you going to say, Tom?
I'm also going to be at MomoCon next week.
Yeah.
Which also means I'm not going to be here, but but it's okay. I'll be back.
We will be masterless. We will all be Ronin that day.
Thank you. And I got to work on a game that came out this week.
Run, Barry, run!
A small game, right? It was like a small unheard.
Yeah, I mean, like I'll get to it once I stop playing Overwatch. It's now the only thing that has supplanted it in my routine.
He's talking about Injustice 2, in case y'all
Injustice
didn't
2,
know.
I get to play Barry Allen the Flash, and I'm having so much fun.
Taliesin is Barry Allen. Let that sink in.
That's so much fun.
Right?
I just
Let
need to
that
get a new
sink
game
in.
system before I can get the game.
Me and my friends are having like a
Long announcements.
party tonight
Yeah.
where we get together and
There-
play
there
it
was
on,
one
on
yesterday.
Flash.
There was one with my friends.
We actually-
and everyone dressed up in like fancy ball gowns and played Injustice.
Um,
Not kidding.
That's what the whole crew was doing while Critical Role was happening last night. As we came out, everyone was they had 2 screens of Injustice going.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Last announcement before we jump into the game. I'm going to give you guys 3 seconds because I'm going to make the announcement ears right now. So give yourself 3 seconds because I'm going to shout. Happy birthday, Amy!
Oh my God!
Happy birthday!
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Doctor. Everyone loves you so much. Thank you for being born. We're very grateful.
The luckiest. I'm wearing gifts from Jody and Gina right now. Thank you.
If y'all
And
missed it on
Sorry,
Minds
I
of Crafts, we had a big birthday thing for Amy.
y'all went all
It was
out.
pretty rad.
Of course.
I tuned in for 5 seconds to wish Amy happy birthday, and there was just like cake and fancy drinks.
We
and
went
hampers,
crazy.
and it was very all done up.
I am absurdly lucky on every day, but I get reminded of it especially approximately once a year. Thank you all.
So if you're fed up yet, just go ahead and when you leave comments wherever you leave them, you can tell everybody to skip 13 minutes into the episode, and that's when we start the game. But this has been a great catch-up session. 'Cause our announcement's moving a little long today, but I haven't seen you in a while, Darren, and it was really nice to catch up. So So we'll go ahead and jump into the game for you guys now, because we had a bit of a heavy game last session.
But we never actually left the room we were in, so
No.
nothing really happened.
So yeah, that's true. Technically, you guys have been unconscious. I think I feel like I remember saying like 2 minutes was the course of that. It was sort of like the Inner Light episode of Star Trek TNG, where Picard lives his entire life and it's only been like 45 minutes. Yeah, I know. God, I can't believe I brought that episode up. I'm sorry. That's like bringing up Girl in the Fireplace. Oh God, I can't believe I brought that episode up.
Chief O'Brien had an episode like that on DS9 as well.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No. Sorry, I'm reining my ADD in. I was about
That
to
was
launch
my
into
fault.
a Star Trek thing. Yep. Hold on. It's going. Okay, it's gone. Okay. No. Okay.
Announcements would follow
And-
Michelle Yeoh to any alien planet at any time.
Yes, the
Fair.
mixed feelings from a lot of people on the Star Trek trailer. I'm excited because a lot of us here are acquainted with Doug Jones, and to see him doing his thing and and to see Doug, who's a brilliant actor, be on screen with a character I'm so happy for him. We called him the Huggernaut when we were on set for Dragon Age Redemption. So,
very
because
Doug.
that's very Doug.
very
All right, recap. Sorry.
I made it worse. I'm
ADD
sorry.
still won. I can't help it. Okay, and on that note, for those of you wondering, I do, yes, in fact, actually do have ADD, and this is Mental Health Awareness Month, so let's just throw that out there.
Can we call it ADD&D?
Yeah, we should. A game that never happens. Like today, for example.
It's the 30 minutes before the game starts.
Do you have an announcement? Are you about to make an announcement?
There actually is an announcement related
Okay.
to that I forgot.
What's your announcement?
Threadless partnered with, I believe it's Hope for a Day, and and Valiant partnered with them. So there's a couple
Mm-hmm. Oh.
of Faith shirts available.
Oh,
That,
right.
the proceeds all go toward mental health causes.
Okay,
And
rad.
it's Kevin Wada art, and it's for a good cause. So there you go.
That's a great announcement. I'm glad we didn't
I-
skip over
I
that.
forgot to announce that.
All right. For realsies. That was totally worth delaying for, though. So our last episode was very heavy. We had a mind trip episode where we went on a magical journey into the land of pain and suffering and confusion and nostalgia and love. What? And wind
You
machines.
could call it a land
And
of
the most majestic version of Finn we have seen yet.
And we'll ever see ever again.
Thanks.
I think
Aces
they're
in Space. I love that. Aces in Space is like one of my favorite things.
What?
Oh,
Aces in Space.
Aces in Space. Yes, the Roko Finn relationship. Aces in Space. That's my. Yes. So last episode, y'all were unconscious for a total of 2 minutes, and in that time, you spent. I guess I can reveal to you now because it's kind of become obvious, especially if you guys go back and watch the episode. You guys were basically mind hopping from memory to memory. You were hopping from mind to mind as you were all interlinked. And unbeknownst to you, as it was happening, being manipulated by Davros, who had managed to link himself into the mind of the master and was doing it. The whole thing was a big ruse to distract the Time Lord so that he could access as much information about Time Lord technology he could to bring back the Daleks in this reality, who have been completely eradicated. And that's one pencil down.
I really don't like Davros.
For those
Yes.
playing at home,
For those who
One
don't
pencil.
know this at home,
plot twist.
Sam's character sheet, Roko now has the adversary flaw, Davros. So you have joined the great ranks of Davros being your arch nemesis.
I don't like him.
Yes. So Davros manipulated the whole situation and ran you guys through hell and all of some of your most painful memories and some of your most sensitive memories and made you vulnerable and pulled you out of your comfort zones and pushed you into things you all haven't confronted yet. He basically pulled a scarecrow on a bunch of you and kind of made you face your fears, your anxieties, and sometimes, in many cases, worst of all, each other. And at the end, though, by a terrific gambit and a gutsy maneuver, a Hail Mary, if you will, the Master decided Davros had to be stopped and killed himself. Slammed a sonic slammed his sonic screwdriver into the base of his skull.
Sonic
Drill. Sonic drill. Slammed the drill into the base of his skull while unconscious, and through sheer will, I mean, executed yourself. You were still inside the mind of the master when this was happening, so you encountered that horrific moment where you were watching the inside of a man's mind die, which is particularly unique because it's a Time Lord's mind. So you also were watching the landscapes of his memories fall apart, and you had to flee or be pulled into the grips of death yourselves. You too would be going dead, brain dead, if you died within the mind. Much like the Matrix style, just you managed to escape. It was pretty horrible. There was not a regeneration coming until suddenly, out of nowhere, the doctor, presumably from the future, arrived without explanation and slapped a patch on the master, said they had no time to explain, didn't have time to talk, and
Gave some laundry advice.
and then you bolted. So you watched you appear, save your bestie and arch nemesis, and then disappear again.
Worsty.
So we watched a regeneration take place. And the master has been completely regenerated. This has just happened. We're picking up right after the regeneration process. Are there any reveals that I left out? Because there was a lot of revelations last game. Most of them were relationship reveals, though, not necessarily plot reveals. And we can just keep playing on those. But we did have a moment with the Corsair, and a revelation with the Corsair that her father was on the Gallifreyan Council and was many, many years ago, and was apparently being scrutinized by the Presidential Guard on behalf of the President, the Lord President himself, not the Master at the time, because this was back when the Corsair was very young. So this is when you all would have been very young, since the Corsair basically was in your graduating class, and so. Time Lord Baby, you were so delighted. Is this going to be the new hit mix?
Sorry, I didn't mean to break Amy.
Would watch.
Announcement, Amy is also excited. Amy has joined the Sam Club. The Sam's Club. Oh, okay, I'm going to stop. See, I can pun too.
Yeah,
I can
that
pun
wasn't my entire childhood joke or anything.
It's okay, I'm a Campbell. I got Campbell soup all the time.
Yeah,
I got Doogie Howser all the
I
time.
know, it's really low quality.
So, so where we left off was all of these relationship revelations, and the master going through a complete regeneration and regenerating into someone, to say completely different really doesn't do it justice. I'm going to let Taliesin, we're going to start the game today with Taliesin sitting up. You've got your last line out.
All right, I'll go back to it. Yeah.
One thing, and
What's up?
I will spend a story point if I need to for this, but when he started regenerating after I decided not to shoot him, the Corsair would have slipped the sonic drill in one of her pockets.
Well, it would have still been in, well, was it?
No, I took it out.
No, they
took it
pulled
out.
it out.
I was
yeah.
holding it. So
All right.
I'll spend a story point if I need to do that, just to sort of.
You don't have
make
to
it
spend a
disappear.
story point to slip it into your pockets.
Okay.
You did
But
it last time.
my guess is the master's going to know. But whatever. We'll see. We'll see. So the regeneration has taken place right in front of the TARDIS in the Adorable Sneeze stronghold of Unit, which is and you guys are wait. Wait.
Okay, we put too much attention on it. I
Wait.
can't anymore.
Damn. Okay. So you guys are basically in front of the TARDIS on the ground, and just for incorporation and the aspect of it, we're gonna say the doors of the TARDIS have also opened. There's no way Velig would not know that something was happening outside. It's a doctor's regeneration, so the TARDIS was rocked. You guys had to evacuate the area. As
Yeah,
the
you
master,
said the TARDIS almost got knocked over.
the TARDIS was almost, the TARDIS almost basically went sideways. But the regeneration has stopped, so the turbulence inside the TARDIS has also stopped. We'll start now with the master sitting up. You've just said your great line.
His suit is now just trashed and burnt and broken and just completely just ruined. His hair is long and unkempt and a giant. Alan Moore is kind of definitely a young Alan Moore is kind of. There's a big beard. He looks like he's been sleeping rough for a while. It's a little thicker, just a little younger, definitely younger. Weirdly gaunt, but still at the same time not quite as thin. And he sits up. Wicked.
Amy, Dr. Corsair, you've all regenerated enough to know that this regeneration, when you regenerate, it's uniform. Like whatever new form you pick, it's very uniformed. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look like this normally. It's enough to realize that something is off. Corsair, especially with the revelation of the Corsair's knowledge that the Master has been freaking harvesting the organs of other Time Lords to extend his regeneration cycle, and has miraculously managed. You're guessing that Slap Patch probably had something to do with harnessing the regeneration energy that was latent in those organs. This probably has something to do with that incredibly morbid and horrific practice of Frankensteining him the hell up. But the regeneration looks very ununiformed. He to be insensitive about it, he looks like a mutt. Like it looks like he has not formed completely the way a Time Lord normally does.
The eyes are mismatched. There's a little bit of
A biological
pigmentation
Frankenstein.
issues. Yeah, it's a bit of a biological.
It's not genetic
not quite
deviancy.
Frankenstein, but
Like it's not like a typical human genetic deviancy where we just have like
Chimera
one arm
is-
longer than. You know what I mean? It's not like
Chimera? Yeah,
Chimera.
Chimera.
There's not variant.
Chimera.
It's not just a typical variance in the genetic code. It looks like when he regenerated, it looks like the genetic code couldn't make up their minds which one gets to be on top. And
Mosaicism. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because we had that conversation. Mosaicism.
yeah, so it looks like,
And a tooth came out.
and a tooth came out.
And there's blood.
And about the time you say your line there, Master, the door to the TARDIS swings open, and Velig, I'm thinking probably still dressed as Santa,
Indeed.
popping your head out. You see everyone is mostly on the ground. Or no, actually everyone has been stepped away. You see a stranger on the ground wearing the tattered suit of the Master, with a few people lingering nearby, and blood is everywhere. There's also scorch marks surrounding the area where he's been laying. Also an unusual side effect of a regeneration. There is, when a regeneration takes place, sometimes and sometimes not. It's hard to tell when it's going to happen. Sometimes the regeneration will absolutely destroy an area, and sometimes regeneration is no problem at all. This one looks like it almost scorched a hole in the ground here, in the steel of the floor of the unit hangar.
Oh, typical Sontaran New Year celebration. And I closed it.
Door closes.
Right.
I don't think it went quite right.
Hello.
You're right down there, mate.
This doesn't feel quite. I'm gonna throw up.
Okay, you wretch.
I instinctively go to use my Sonic, which I then remember has just gone.
Yeah, you pull it out, and it still has a little wisp of smoke coming out from where Davros had hacked it, and it finally shorted.
Right. Are you all right?
Give me a few years. Oh.
Can I take a look at your neck quite quickly there? What do I see?
I mean,
Did the thing get like absorbed, or like is
It
he
should,
got a little?
it should still be
Disintegrated.
burnt out. It should be there but burnt.
Yeah, no, remember, these devices are actually designed to actually survive a Time Lord regeneration.
The, sorry,
But
not the old implant, but the thing that I put on his neck.
Oh,
that's
the
disintegrated.
patch
That's
that you slapped on
disintegrated
him. Yeah,
inside?
it's been completely
Do I see-
demolished.
There's like a shell of it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's there. You can totally pull it off. It hasn't been destroyed, but it's obviously no longer functioning.
I'd like to know what it is.
Sure. You gonna pull that off?
That looks very familiar.
Does it?
Wait, I'm gonna run over to my bag and dive headfirst into my bag.
Okay, I need you to make a coordination athletics check.
Weird question about since we didn't actually get around to rolling the new character sheet.
Oh, that's right.
I
we
have a
didn't.
weird idea. and
Yeah.
Can I just roll a d6 for any of my
You
stats
wacky bastard.
right now?
If you want to.
Okay, coordination plus
I'll let you-
athletics
What's that?
plus 2d6. So just 4d6 and just see what happens.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
right.
Yeah, you've got 6 stats to roll up.
Oh.
The only thing that wouldn't change is probably your ingenuity.
Sure.
And your resolve. Your mental capacity is not gonna.
Not quite.
Deviate.
No, I'm a little out of it, but I'm fine. So
Yeah.
so that's just 4d6 to see what happens for this.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll let you arrange those however you want.
Eric thinks you're rolling your new stats. I think
Oh,
you
what
are
are you not?
rolling
What are you
randomly.
doing?
Literally just rolling every time, and like maybe he's gonna be okay and maybe not
Oh, I
until
see.
we like sit down and actually figure it out.
You're like a wild mage sorcerer at
Just
this point.
completely fucking it.
Okay.
Made it great. It may suck.
Okay.
If you're down.
Entertaining.
you
Yeah.
can sit
No.
down.
Let's
Okay. All right.
let's have fun.
Let's have fun.
do it. If you want to do that, yeah.
Fun?
I don't see that being disruptive.
That'll
Let's,
do.
Right. The only problem is
Oh,
it's Talisman,
20.
so he's going to roll like a demon.
Yeah, I did roll 2 6s, a 5, and a 3, so that's okay.
So these number results, are you?
I'm not keeping them.
So what is this? What does this number roll for?
This was my diving into the bag.
Okay.
Like you'd roll 1d6 for like awareness.
My
1d6
coordination
for
right now
coordination.
happens to be a 6. My awareness happens to be a 6.
Oh,
and
okay.
then a
So you're
5
going
and
to
a
keep
3
track
would
of those
be-
yourself.
But I'm not going to keep them until
They're just going to keep shifting.
shifting.
That's
'cause
cool. I
everything's-
actually like that.
If you're
Yeah.
just
It's nice
just
to-
for this game.
Oh,
Because
that.
I'm in.
But I totally dig that because every time the Doctor ever regenerates, he is so out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the exception of, you were actually kind of blessed because you kind of slept through your regeneration when you were born into this universe. But yeah.
And he's such a mess.
That's
Okay.
mechanically nice because the 6 is the normal sort of max.
Is
Yeah.
the normal
So
max,
1
and
through
one is
6 is
normal.
like 9 is how many's on the sheet.
That's a
so
really
you've
cool
limited
house rule,
yourself.
so-
yeah.
That
Yeah.
was very clever.
Yeah, that's a really cool.
I have moments.
Let's totally use that. So yes. So what did you go ahead? You made your coordination athletics check.
Yeah, I just want to put my whole torso into my bag and go find that device.
Okay. As you, what did you roll for your coordination athletics check?
6. That's
Just your check, not your
oh,
stats.
20.
20. Okay. Your body responds. It's a little. There's a little bit of a numbing factor,
Oh.
and you don't quite have the coordination you normally do, but you're kind of feeling your body is slowly starting to wake up a little bit. It's kind of an interesting sensation at first, and when you move to your bag, your hands don't exactly do what you're telling them to do at first, but you can. It's not a problem.
Going
you
all
just
the
kind
way,
of
yeah. Like only my feet are sticking out of the bag at this
yeah,
point.
you just relearn. You guys watch as this new master pulls open this bag and starts sticking his head in, and you watch. It's almost like a Looney Tunes effect. It's surreal to see happen, but he sticks his head in this bag, and he manages to fit it over his shoulders, and before you know it, he's waist deep into this bag that's about this deep. And your legs are sticking. It looks like he's being devoured by it at this point, and his feet are just sticking out. You were in total darkness.
I'm grabbing that device that I've built to help my regeneration, plus a bottle of bleach and some sponges.
Okay.
Ugh.
Would you like to share with the class?
I was asking about that bag because it seemed so curious, and Finn said that it was like a smaller TARDIS, but his feet are all the way in. How is he going to get back out?
Finn, you're just resisting the urge to put the master in a bag right now. You are having to sort of snake your way.
Oh, I've got this like a no. I'm aware.
Snake, would you say?
I need everybody at this point
It's a closet bag.
to make a awareness plus resolve check. Everybody who's outside the TARDIS right now and near the master. Velik's eating a hot dog inside or something. Tell me what you get.
19.
Not gonna do it.
16.
14.
Not gonna do it.
18.
22.
Rocco,
17.
you may have just saved the party's life.
Good thing that was an awareness resolve check.
Yeah.
Wow.
So as they're witnessing this comical event, you're kind of like, Rocco, you glance back, just looking at the scorch marks in the ground, and Roko doesn't have blood, do they? It's more of a sort of a internal chlorophyll sort of.
Yeah, it's a little more like sap.
Yeah.
In viscosity?
It doesn't really heat
it does
or cool.
Roughly similar function. I
For
suppose
those of
you
you
could
who
say.
don't know, the Ovocall was a race I created by name only and description only, and Sam has done everything else. Sam did a complete write-up of their homeworld and the race and culture, and so if you can ever find a player like Sam, get them in your group. Because they turn bright red too when you point it out, and it's the best. And then they kill you later for saying that on a stream, which is
Oh, well, now there's evidence.
oh right.
Now
Yes, I
you
saved
wait
myself.
until no one suspects it again.
So
You said that in character, which makes it so much better.
Goodness.
Roko, you kind of glance over to the scorch marks, and you catch yourself as you see a very familiar snuff box. It's completely empty and scattered across the floor. It has no dust in it, but it's been blasted out of like the tattered remains of the master's pocket. It looks like it just fell out at some point, maybe during the regeneration. It has no contents on the inside, and the snuff box itself has been like it's been wedged open to the point where the hinges itself are broken.
Doctor, the snuff box! It's empty! It's on the ground! Right there!
There is nothing inside that snuff box, and you pull yourself out of the bag just in time to hear that, Master, as you.
Roko, brilliant. All right, if I could ask, keep your eyes open, please.
I want to take a look around to see if I see any angel-y bits that I need to stare at some point.
Everyone starts immediately, like looking around. Okay.
You insist on messing with these creatures of death. Right.
I think he's gone a bit mental, Doctor.
We're gonna do a quick cut. Where are you?
I'm by the pool.
Okay. Meat Stick is up to his waist.
Yes.
Still in the pool.
Still in the pool. Now, because time is relative,
Indeed.
it's probably likely that in Meat Stick's time at this point, he hasn't been in the pool for as long as we can assume. The TARDIS did tell you that Meat Stick has been spending some time in the pool lately, and was happy to report that Meat Stick has yet to urinate in the pool. So that's,
I still don't know whether that's a thing they do.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should write in. We'll go ask the doctor. That'll be an interesting question to pose to the BBC on Twitter.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's for
Who's
game purposes.
urinating?
We need to know.
We need
This
to
is
know.
important stuff.
Very important law.
Meat Stick is standing waist deep, and it looks like Meat Stick is actually given. Meat Stick seems to be trying to genuinely follow the previous orders to have fun, but it's clear Meat Stick it doesn't compute because Meat Stick has refused to leave the shallow end of the pool until it has an experience. Now you've been around the Ood long enough, having traveled by his side and been his friend for a weeks or so, and also nearly killing him, that you've gotten really good at sort of deciphering facial expressions on an Ood, which is normally pretty difficult to decipher. And what you get from Meat Stick is that he's getting kind of like, this is hopeless, this is not happening, kind of like this very sort of and as you're standing there watching him, he turns to you and goes, Master Velig, as he's taken to calling everybody.
I enjoy that.
Master Velig, there is a temporal assassin standing behind you.
Indeed. And I look behind.
There is a weeping angel reaching out for you. And as you've turned, it's gotten about 2 feet away. But it is reached out for you and is frozen in place, fangs out and everything. You don't know how close it may have gotten still if Meat Stick hadn't given it a glance. But you're very aware of what these creatures are. So the sight of one standing just a few feet away from you is alarming.
And I thought this was a joke. Apparently it is not. I back up slowly into the pool with Meat Stick.
You begin to submerge
We're
through the
standing
water.
together. All right, keep looking at it. Because outside, it's apparently a wonderful celebration. If only I was outside where they're all having such jolly fun.
Do Oods blink?
Ooh.
I don't know.
BBC, help us.
BBC, if you want to go ahead and leave a message in the chat
Oh,
channel.
wait, I'm
Blinking,
getting a
Pete,
call.
we need to know.
No.
Hello, this is the BBC. Oods do not blink. And why are your lips moving while I am talking?
It's amazing. They finally, I mean, BBC America tweeted us out at one point.
Oh.
Thanks, guys. It's nice that finally getting a phone call from them. That's pretty rad.
I'm pretty sure they do. I'm just
think they
thinking
do.
back
I think
to the
they do.
episode-
I'm trying
I'm
to
just
remember.
thinking of the episodes I've seen with them in. And
It's like a weird
probably-
this,
Yeah,
I'm
right?
almost
You're
certain
right,
that's
yeah.
I'm trying to remember
Looking at a
who's
gift
blink.
right now, they blink.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They blink.
Damn it.
I got-
I think they blink like ding ding.
Yeah.
I think so, yes.
Okay, it is a.
those weird
ding, ding.
eyes.
It's one of those things where you don't
Yeah.
like. I got asked a trivia question where they asked me what was the year on Corbin Dallas's like ID pass when he wakes up in the morning.
It's like 20.
Shut up, Gina. Yes, it is.
To be fair, we just saw it in the theater on
did.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just saw it. But
I just saw it too, but I got that trivia question on Saturday night. Anyway, all right.
We're
So
just,
anyway,
we're just looking at it.
okay. So you're staring at this weeping angel. How the hell it got in the TARDIS, you don't know.
Right.
What you know about Time Lords and Weeping Angels and whatnot, the fact that it's inside the TARDIS is really disastrous.
Indeed.
It's quite awful. And how it got in here, you're not entirely sure.
Question.
Yeah.
Do we have any communications devices with outside? I don't think we do we?
I don't think you do.
Okay, that's good to know. It's been a pleasure guesting on your show. You can find me as a statue by the pool. next
Ladies and
week.
gentlemen, the statue of Bellic will be played today.
Thank
you. Or rather, you're going to be.
Right.
Oh, God, I wonder what happens if you got sent back in time in the side of a TARDIS. I wonder if that would develop. Let's
Oh,
not find
yeah,
out.
Right,
Let's,
because they just.
yeah, let's not find out. I don't know.
Right. But we don't intend to find out.
Yeah. So what we're going to do,
Yes.
Meatstick says, should I call for help?
Yes. Just don't stop looking at it.
Meatstick turns and very obediently begins to stare.
Well played,
1-800-COCO-COCO.
Rocco, it takes you a split second to... hold on, he's got to spend a story point for that.
Right, yeah, because I was about to go looking, so if
He's got to spend a story point to activate that stuff. But it shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. No, I'm going to make him spend 2 story points for this.
Quick question, Eric.
Yes.
Have we regenerated any points since last week,
No.
other than the 2 that we can probably give away for RP today?
You get the 2... Oh, I should tell you, Darren.
Yes.
And I'll get to you. So what I do is now what we're doing is I'm giving every player, not character, but player, you have 2 story points that you can give out to other players for good role play or like fun moments and stuff like that. You can sort of reward your fellow players for awesomeness. You can't use them yourself, but they're for like gifting out. Yeah.
So this is the pile of points you're probably going to receive over the course of the episode.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So you're aware about what's happening when we throw points at you.
Oh, thank you.
Also, just to let you know, this is still, I mean, the scene hasn't stopped yet, so
Yeah.
you still have, any points you've spent are still gone. What were you...
What happens with the points in regeneration?
I'm going to rule that you probably don't have your points back yet.
Okay.
Because it's the same scene.
Does the bag have points and does the drill have points?
You don't
I
have
think
the
we
drill.
ruled that you burned your points last game
I
on the
burned
drill.
pretty much everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you're depleted.
Okay.
But you did give us 4 at the end of last session.
That's right, I did.
right.
I
Is
did
Is that why
because
I wrote
you guys...
+4 and I didn't write anything about it,
Yeah,
and I
that's
don't know why?
what-
I was just looking at my
You
notes
just
like,
wrote
what
4?
does that mean?
I threw it in last second because last game you guys did so phenomenally with all the role play and whatnot. So thank you for reminding me, Jody. Yes, everybody gets 4 story points.
Right.
And does the Corsair still have Blue Death?
No, I never had Blue Death.
Thought you took Blue Death.
I think Blue Death is
Somebody
actually...
took it from Velig.
Finn took it before.
Finn took it.
It was
Velig,
Finn.
Velig has
I
it
think I have
back
it
up
back.
because Velig
You do.
had it
But
as
for the
For the purpose
Yes,
of,
I
no,
Yes,
I think for the purpose
in my
of
pack.
this, to approach Meatstick, I would have put it over there.
I think, yeah.
So I am going to now, while you continue to look at this statue, I shall sneak and grab Blue Death and obliterate the statue. Brilliant, hey?
Okay. Once again, I must pull out the stats of the Weeping Angel. Here we go.
I don't think they can be obliterated.
Well, the Master found a way to powderize them. They are immortal.
Yes.
So they killing a weeping angel, not so easy. However,
I just remember that episode with all the army guys like firing uselessly at them.
but you're using a Centauran battle rifle at.
You actually said previously how Blue Death would affect a weeping angel.
I believe that's true. You
Yes.
would, you can shoot it. They have.
Remember, you had weeping death for Christmas.
I did reveal this in the last game. This is, I'm not going to say this is out of character information, but it would translate to out of character basically like this. Weeping angels innately absorb a full 15 points of physical damage. So you have to break a threshold of 15 to actually damage these things, which is why they are renowned for being damn near impossible to even powderize.
Yes, but I am renowned for being damn near.
You are a librarian with a big gun. So you're kind of sliding over to get
We
Blue
haven't
Death?
done it yet.
Okay.
I have told you that.
Okay. So you're moving out of the pool
What I
again.
will do, you keep looking at it,
Very well.
and I will move towards it and to the side and
And
grab Blue Death.
you also-
do not blink.
Oh,
Do not stop looking.
good specification.
Do not stop looking at.
And you're
Very
looking
good.
as well, yeah?
Pardon me?
You're also looking. You're also keeping your eyes
Indeed.
locked on. Okay.
Indeed.
Okay. So you're basically doing that.
I'm taking a step.
Yeah.
What's happened?
It's completely frozen in place still, right where you were, and it's looking dead ahead where you used to be.
Right. Taking more steps.
Okay.
I'm looking at it.
Okay. And at this point, Roko, as your anxieties are beginning to swell, you begin to feel the presence of. No, wait, that's not your anxiety. Somebody else. And then you realize you're receiving. It's not a telepathic contact because it feels more like an empathic contact. It's meat stick. You're beginning to feel a genuine. I wouldn't say borderline anxiety, but deep concern of meat stick. And it's almost like Meat Stick is trying to reach out to you.
Meat stick. But the TARDIS said he was in the pool. Meat stick needs help.
Oh no! Oh right.
What?
Open the door.
Throw open the doors of the TARDIS. The console area, as you throw open, you see the big expanse of the console area is empty. There's no one in there.
I want to ask the TARDIS
If only this was Star Trek.
I want to walk over and look at the consoles and try to run an internal scan.
No,
essentially.
you can access any room in the TARDIS with remotely. You access the pool. You see the image of Meat Stick holding his cube, staring straight ahead at Velig, who's he's not staring at Velig, but you see Velig also moving off to the side. So they're both in the pool area.
Doctor, turn it off.
Velig looks ridiculous.
Doctor!
I turn it off.
Well, let me tell you what you see. Velig
I just wanted
is
to run a scan of where they were. Is what I
No, I
wanted.
know, but
Velig is moving. Velig looks ridiculous, by the way. Velig is a soggy Santa Centauran. And
You
is
can practice your alliteration another day, my friend. Son, Centauran.
and is moving with a wet beard across the pool area. And sure enough, they are not alone in that room. It is there is a weeping angel.
I take another step and I blink.
Okay. Thankfully, let's just see.
That's what I'm trying to say.
This would be astronomical. I'm gonna
Let's
say
see.
if I roll $2 Daleks,
We're in
the
trouble.
timing was bad.
We're in trouble.
$1 Dalek.
All right.
He blinks one eye.
You're doing this. As I said last episode, if you try to keep that up, it's actually not easy. Your
Yeah,
eyes
no.
don't like it. So as you keep moving, there's no movement from the angel. You see it. The angel seems to be frozen in place. It's being gazed at by both members of your companionship.
Is that the only one?
Probably
Yeah,
not.
I'd stay outside, just in case.
Okay, you're gonna wait outside. Who?
near
Okay, so I need to know who all went inside the TARDIS.
Went inside.
What are you doing, Cillian?
Well, I don't. Where were we beforehand?
Y'all were just outside
Just
the TARDIS
outside.
because y'all are at Unit right now. You're in the hangar area of Unit.
But that's where. So that's where all of that happened, and that's where the snuff box is.
Yes.
So somebody has to stay behind, right?
Right.
Roko's with you.
I'm gonna stay behind.
You'll be with Roko. Okay.
Okay,
So you and
I'm
Roko
gonna-
And I
decide to
have
chill
slow
there.
reflexes, so if everyone rushed in, I would not necessarily have yet.
Yeah.
Theoretically, the door behind me is still open.
Sure.
So my
TARDIS doesn't have to close. You can
My-
keep the door open. You can see them inside.
my next plan was to be like, someone needs to tell Sarah Jane there may be angels in Unit.
Oh.
All
yeah,
right.
Actually, I didn't run into
There was
Because I'm
only
here.
there was only one
Yeah.
there was only one
There's only
angel
one.
in the box.
There's only one in the
I will
box.
say that. There was only one in the
Which
box.
is
say
why
that in
Taliesin
character?
was so confused when you guys had
And
7
then the
angels in
ball-
the
I
box.
haven't yet, but
Okay.
I was making sure that because that was
Yeah, there's only one.
I still don't understand why there were so many on the island.
that's what they call friends. This one cannot call friend. That one those were sent. This one's just the one.
What?
There's only one angel in the snuff box.
The fact that you have an angel in a snuff box aside, where did all the ones on the island come from?
I don't know. I think they were sent for, but there's only one angel in the snuff box. It can only fit one angel in the snuff box.
I need to find out how many there are now. I'd like
Running-
to run a scan using the TARDIS of if it contains a bunch of more angels or
Your TARDIS is alerting you that there's an angel here. So when you've activated the view screen, she's telling you that there is an intruder inside.
but only one.
Only one. Here's the thing, though, about the TARDIS. The TARDIS knows how to take care of herself, as you've well learned, and this angel probably doesn't realize yet that even though it's caught you at home, putting you in a very disadvantageous position, because this would be very bad for an angel to interact with the TARDIS is also dangerous to the angel. And that much you do know. You don't mess with the TARDIS. Like, it has its ways of protecting itself from crap like this. So it has alerted you that there is a temporal anomaly inside, and it has directed you to the angel, which you see on screen. It's not looking at the screen.
Probably doesn't know where it is, or it wouldn't be after them.
It must not. Right. I set it to keep an eye out for anything else, and if it can, to sort of check the area. I don't have my sonic. I'd like something to sweep unit to see if there are more of them, because I
Okay.
don't trust that there's only one.
I would
of
say
them.
make an ingenuity technology check,
Okay.
and you're going to scan unit. I'm going to give you a heads up, Doctor. Unit is infuriatingly good at not being scannable.
Right.
For the same reasons you can't land a TARDIS in here.
Right.
You are in one of the outskirt rooms.
Right.
So you're not actually inside the unit main area. So it's possible.
So angels can't open the TARDIS door without permission.
That's true.
If it was open,
If it was open already.
Veleg opened it.
but we would have seen an angel. Or they would have tried
Unless
to eat
the
one of
dust
us.
We were paying
flew
attention to
in.
you.
Yeah, unless the dust flew in and it reconstituted inside, which
Open
would make
gust
sense
of
because it
wind.
doesn't seem to know where it is.
It doesn't know.
Now it's in the
I take another step and water from my soggy hat drips into my eyes and I blink.
Gain a story point.
Yeah. Legit.
2 3s.
I'm
You
gonna-
are an instrument of chaos, Darren. I love it.
Creating drama that you would see on a show.
I'm
Totally is a shot you would see on the show.
do we know where the angel is?
It's by a pool.
I'm gonna grab the cleaning supplies
Okay.
and the bag, and I'm gonna reach into the bag and see if I have to burn a story point to get my very, very special croquet mallet that I built. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. I forgot that was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would make you burn a story point for that.
I'll burn a story point for that.
The master reaches into his bag. Go ahead and describe what you pull out.
It's basically the shape of about a 3-foot tall, like swinging sledgehammer, except it's obviously built out of remnants and parts of a piece of Dalek armor.
This
Of
is
black
like,
and gold
We're the
Dalek.
strangest
You're-
Harley Quinn.
yeah, I was gonna say this is like Joker Harley Quinn stuff going on here. So you pull this thing out, and yeah, it's unmistakably Dalek. Like,
It's the laser arm
Bastardized.
for the piece and like 2 of the balls on either side, and
I wonder why Davros hates him.
it's gonna deal with this.
Right, run.
And
I'll be right behind you.
Yeah.
I'm
I've got
following.
I've got all the kit. Like there's like the bleach and the rubber gloves and the sponge, and I've got that mallet.
I'm
and
following him,
yeah.
drawing my Santaran sword gun thing.
Okay.
I got a 17 for the tech roll.
Okay.
All right.
I got a 19 for the tech roll.
Okay.
Space janitor to the rescue.
As you're running down the hallway to get to the pool area, you're noticing all the doors in the hallway are open. Almost like the angel, if the angel made its way down this way, it's almost like they went room to room in a short amount of time. You guys reach the end of the hall and you see the pool area as you come running down the staircase, and you see the scene. you see Velig, like, you watch your friends come running in as you're kind of inching towards Blue Death. You're just about there.
Yeah.
You see what Velig's going for, that massive Sontaran rifle leaning up against the wall. And you see Meatstick still in the pool, floaties on the arm, staring at the Weeping Angel.
And I'm slowly reaching for it.
Okay. You'll make it. You're close enough to it that you can just... You feel your fingers, those big meaty fingers, just wrap around that cold steel, that cold...
And I
that
whip
weapon.
it around real quick, but since I'm wet, I slip and fall.
Okay. Meatstick just goes... Or Velig, you see Velig just... just fall over and the gun clatters to the floor.
Oh,
What happens to the angel?
Let's find out.
Wonderful.
well, because we're all looking at it now, too.
We're not. Are we
Yeah.
in the room now?
Yeah, we're in the room, aren't we?
Not.
Yeah, he just said that that's what you see.
Then what I'll rule is, just when little things like this happen, I'm going to double the chances of it not being able to move. So I'm going to say I have to roll $4. But let's see. Nope. If I roll $4, I'll just roll twice. So the odds, again, very, very low.
I almost was hoping I'd open my eyes and be right above.
That's very Doctor Who, yes. That would have been... yeah, and Velig is picking himself up off the floor. Meatstick is standing there in the pool, staring at it. Says, hello. There is a murderous temporal assassin in the room.
That's very accurate, yes. Let's see if we can't all get out of here.
So, Finn, are you inside or outside? Are you inside or outside?
I was in the doorway of the TARDIS.
Okay, so you're just kind of half in, half out, just making sure everything's cool?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I knew who everyone was here. So you're there with Roko and Finn, basically. And it's the four of you and Meatstick.
Where are you?
I'm outside.
Okay.
What happens if we jettison the pool?
I love this pool.
Build another pool.
I would request permission to leave the pool before
Yes,
you do
please
anything.
get out of the pool, Meatstick, but keep looking at the angel as you do.
Very well. Meatstick starts trying to navigate, not watching where they're going as they're getting out of the pool. And they manage to...
I'm going to put on my rubber gloves and some goggles.
You just start...
Gonna sort of try to help.
I can hear
Meatstick out
the
of the pool.
dancing with myself, like, playing in the background as you're, like, suiting up here.
What precisely is that?
It is dust, and I fire at it.
You all hear a very familiar sound. I'm going to say go ahead and make your roll. This is going to be...
That's one of my 2 story points.
Darren is the story point king of this game. So yeah, this will be
What do you need me to
your...
roll?
This will be your coordination firearms... Or marksman.
Marksman.
Yep. Tell me
I'm a
what
5
you get.
in marksman. So, we got 4, 6, 9. We have a 14,
14.
and I'm a 5 in marksman. And I rolled 14.
So 19.
Only marksman?
Shouldn't you add something else?
So it's
Shouldn't be coordination. plus
coordination.
marksman.
so
Coordination
it's-
as well?
Oh,
So it's like
I'm
Yeah,
a
it's-
4 in coordination.
so add that on.
Okay, so we got 9 and 14. We have a 23.
You actually damage it.
Of course.
It's not like it can dodge. It soaks 15 of that damage. Okay, you smash that blue bolt. Hits it directly in the chest. I would say the side of the chest area, like up here in the torso, and the angel rocks but does not fall. You see it go kind of
I'm gonna
rock
shoot
back and
it
forth.
too. It seems. Just
You guys are
to
gonna go
see.
Reservoir Dogs on the Weeping Angel?
Yeah, and I have the Santorin. I don't actually know what the damage is for that, but let me see if I actually. Hit
All right,
it.
so
It's
let me
Santorin
describe what's
and
happening
Diesel.
with them, and then we'll do your shots. So you
Okay.
fire that thing off. Everyone's ears ring as this Centaurin's battle rifle fires at point blank. You watch Velig, your shoulders buck as you fire that gun, and you watch instinctively Meatstick does this as the gunshot goes off. that blast of blue energy explodes on the side of this weeping angel, and you, not a single chip of stone flies off. However, there is a scorched mark, and all of you could swear you heard a scream.
Good.
I'm taking a running leap with the hammer.
Well,
I wanna, Oh, you shoot first. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
and I'm spending a story point because this is the first time I've shot anything in the game the whole time I've been in this game.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Everybody, Corsair's first death roll. Yay! Gonna just shoot something.
So good.
All the weapons I've collected.
Finally!
Finally firing
The
one of
doctor
them.
isn't.
Yeah,
gonna-
Liv team pacifist over here with me.
Yeah. All right, Corsair.
Numbers are hard. 10, 14, 19, 21, 24.
24 is also enough to damage it.
And I don't. What is the damage for the Sontaran gun blade?
I'm using a laser. There's a laser pistol, so it's
Okay.
literally it's 4 LL.
Okay.
So 24 is enough to do lethal damage. So I'm taking that into account.
Sontaran's built a gun designed to kill people
Really?
And it has a blade on it, so you can also stab people.
and kill people.
You have your options in the manner in which you kill them. It's very
This
very
message
convenient.
brought to you by
Okay.
Sontaran Guns Limited. Get yours today. Boom, boom, boom. It was the song we did earlier. Watch that episode.
Also available on iTunes. The stone does chip this time. You fire that gun at point blank, and you basically hit the spot where Veleg started, and you see a couple of stone chips scatter across. And again, the angel rocks back and forth, but doesn't move.
I'm
As
going
everyone's
to
staring
try
at it.
and time it with the kinetic rock of the angel. I want to see if I can knock it down. I don't even necessarily know if I can do any damage with this thing. Basically, just does Dalek blast damage, but maybe I want to
Which
see if I
is-
can get it to.
Incredibly significant. So,
Okay.
I'm glad I'm not
Wait, is it
Sidepole this
fire?
nasty.
No, but the
I mean, really, in this game, in Doctor Who,
a boom.
the pinnacle of weapons is all. Once you hit the most lethal weapons, it's 4 LL. Where there's no point once you for like organic life forms that don't have this special ability. Once you hit the L, there's really no point to rolling damage unless someone's spending story points to soak it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to knock it over, really.
Okay, go ahead and did you make your roll?
No.
Okay, go ahead and this is going to be your strength, and I believe this is fighting.
Strength fighting.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. It's all random anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5, 9, 10, 13.
Okay.
Not a great roll.
You're gonna hit it though. The Dalek mallet slams into the side of the angel as it was already kind of teetering, and the angel actually does pitch and slam into the ground. It kind of rolls into the pool and goes and just sinks to the bottom. You all immediately keep your eyes on it as it's the waves are rippling over it. But you
Everybody
kind of
out!
Yes, I think we'd better.
Everyone's kind of getting out. Okay, so everyone starts to filter out of the room. Is that correct?
Shouldn't we destroy it?
We're going to destroy the room, I think.
It can't be killed. So we'd better just get rid of it.
You could just like fill the pool up with cement and let it dry.
Oh, Meatstick has a moment of genius.
Ah.
Meatstick says, "Doctor, I believe there is a spare temporal vortex manipulator."
What's so funny, baby New Year?
Well, I mean, that makes it someone else's problem. We could make it someone else's problem.
Where is the spare vortex manipulator?
Corsair has it.
Of course, they're just
Where is it?
Pull it out of a pocket and toss it to you.
yeah. The Corsair withdraws from one of their utility pockets a vortex manipulator taken off of one of the arms of the temporal guard, still in full working order, still as dangerous as it was when it was pulled off of their arm back on Sontar.
Right. I just take a moment to think of an empty planet I've ever been to that is likely to be empty.
You've
in this
been to
world
a
as
lot.
well. Yeah.
Send it back to Sontar that we were just at. That was pretty empty.
There was animal life all over it there.
That's true.
So I don't know if that demands a roll.
No, I think this would be something the doctor would know in your vast wealth of knowledge.
I mean, I bloody hope it's
I
also
might
empty in
say-
this world, but
I might say this will be a story point.
okay.
I'll hand you a pair of rubber gloves.
Thank you.
Interesting. The rubber gloves are not, as you're putting them on, of course, they're not just rubber gloves. As you're
Oh,
sliding them
oh my
on,
God.
you begin to realize they're actually made out of a substance that's like rubber, but it seems to actually have almost a millimeter thin, almost like a force field sort of going around it. It is you're kind of it's very similar, in fact, in technology to Finn's force field, but it's a lot more. This is much more refined Time Lord tech as he slides it on, and so you kind of it takes you a second, but you do see this sort of blue sheen to the force field glow around this yellow rubber glove.
Well, these are interesting. Right. May I borrow that manipulator?
Here you go.
Everyone, eyes open. If everyone could just move towards the door here, just in case this goes wrong.
Where are you sending it?
There's a planet called.
What is it called?
There's a planet called.
It's Doctor Who. Ah would actually be totally acceptable. The planet Ah.
Avlor. Avlor. It's an abandoned, long abandoned moon in my world.
You know this for a certainty. You are willing to take that chance.
Oh, no one goes to Avlor.
Third Librarian Velik, have you ever heard of Avlor?
Well, now you just said it.
Yeah? Doesn't appear in any of the star maps or records that you're familiar with?
Well, I haven't looked because you just said it.
Right. But you don't already know of it.
Well, I did a couple minutes ago when you said it.
Fantastic. Does anyone else know anything about it in this world?
I think that'll do.
Yeah, it should be all right.
Get a story point, Amy.
What?
Get a story point for coming up with a planet.
Avlor? Avlor, the abandoned
Avlor.
moon?
Of course, knowing our luck, right now someone in chat's going, "Oh, Avlor is actually a planet." Like, once again, we'll have accidentally pulled from lore.
Now give me 20 minutes of world building,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
there will be so much.
Sam,
fun.
quick. Because people in chat, y'all are smart, man. All over that Doctor Who lore.
I'm just imagining it's like an abandoned amusement park, and like the Weeping Angel just like rides a Ferris wheel, and
They
swings
find
on
themselves a bunch of
swings
other
and
weeping
has
angels
fun.
to be friends with. Yes, yes. This vacant moon.
Called Gravlon.
Avlor.
Avlor.
I have not heard of that.
Right.
All right, so you. All right, so
now I
describe
have to
this
get
for me.
in the
Trench
pool.
coat and all. You're wading into the pool.
Yes.
Okay.
Trench coat, gloves, scarf.
I'm halfway between the pool and the door.
I'm
Trained.
ferreting everybody out of the room and just going to be the last one at the door. Holding it.
So, as everyone's moving out of the room, Doctor, you've been in a lot of scary situations before. And none of them really compare to each other. They're all just scary, especially when you're staring down death and whatnot. But being underwater and looking through the blurry images of the water in front of you and knowing that that gray blob in front of you is a weeping angel laying at the bottom of a pool, and knowing that with all of it, you've got to touch it and put this vortex manipulator on it, your anxiety level is spiking a little bit as you're underwater with this thing now. Thankfully, because Time Lords can actually survive in the vacuum of space, I'm also going to rule that for limited times you can also survive extended periods underwater with having to surface and take breaths. You're not going to have to worry about that right now. Your two hearts are doing the work.
Like crazy.
I'm watching too from
Yeah.
above. Yeah.
You watch the doctor performing a very delicate surgery right now as she is now submerged in the deep end of the pool and swimming over to this weeping angel.
I can't help but pause for 1 second quite close to it. Just the remarkable creatures.
Yeah. So I'm going to be a bastard. I'm going to ask you to roll. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to let you spend more than one story point here. But, which is all you need, I think, to boost your dice pool anyway. Isn't that correct?
Yes, for the first 2 dice, it's one story
Yeah,
point.
which is fine. You only need one. But I'm going to have you roll your coordination, and I'm going to say technology
Okay.
to see if you can get, because you're swimming, you're in heavy clothes, you're underwater, and you're trying not to touch this angel with anything other than what you've got on. And you're also not seeing it too well. So go ahead and make a roll, and if you want to spend that 1 story point, I'll let you burn it.
Does my +2 tech adept bonus apply here?
No, it does not.
I'm not using sophisticated technology.
You'll be able to activate
Not to
that.
apply the manipulator.
You'll be able to activate that when you want to activate the vortex manipulator, but this is literally just to get the vortex manipulator around the angel,
Right.
so you and without touching it in a environmentally precarious situation. So go ahead and make your roll.
Probably should have ditched the trench.
There's a lot of. I've had you guys make a lot of
into
pretty
the ground.
dangerous rolls. Don't mess this roll up.
Spend the story.
Oh,
points.
I'll not
Your
do
GM,
that.
as
Yeah.
your GM, I am recommending
That you roll well.
that you roll well.
How good is that concert?
It's pretty spectacular.
This Christmas
You did
episode is
spend
going
the
to take a
story point, right?
whole
If we have to
new
go see Bow Wow.
journey if you don't.
Journey to learn how to pilot TARDIS and rescue.
So go
I'm here
ahead.
for it though.
Go ahead and make your roll. I'll tell you the difficulty.
Technically, Bela Lugosi's
It's going to be
is the song that
24.
they read.
It's very difficult to do what you're trying to do.
But you're the doctor.
But you know what? I'll do this. You've got the gloves, so I'll give you a +2.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because my base coordination technology is actually only 8.
So that's 10, right?
So that makes it a base 10.
Oh my.
Rolling 4 dice.
Rolling 4
Oh,
dice.
All right, doctor.
Very low for me.
So you really only need an average roll.
Why would you say that out loud? I think you're being comforting.
I thought that was trying to be helpful.
Oh shit.
Is that bad or good?
It's
What
bad.
did you do?
It was supposed to be Christmas.
22.
Oh, did we
Is
beat
the
it by
doctor
1?
going to see Bauhaus?
We missed it by 2, didn't we?
Yeah.
24? I thought it was 21.
When you said I can only spend one
Thankfully,
point,
Oh, did you guys did the +2 also?
Yes.
that
Okay.
was the +2. Yeah.
thankfully, for every yes but, there is also a no but. So, no, you do not get sent back into God knows where. However, as you're applying the temporal vortex manipulator, you jerk back as you suddenly feel pressure. You don't know if you accidentally took your eyes off of it, what happened, but the angel's hand is wrapped around.
But I was watching it too.
You were watching it. Under the water, we're going to say with that roll, there was a split second where the doctor's trench coat floated to the surface as they were down, and you lost just a little bit of sight of the angel for a split second.
I'm gonna move to get a better
You
view.
don't know what's happening underwater. Nobody knows what's happening underwater.
Okay, keep going.
So this has just happened. So Doctor, bubbles come up as the angel, not knowing that that glove was protective, has grabbed it. It's frozen again as you're looking at the angel, but you're gripped in a statue's grasp now, and you're underwater.
Is it the hand that's holding the manipulator, or is it the other one?
Let's roll.
Yeah!
Let chaos reign.
Stressful
Rolled
Christmas
almost
ever.
no dice last session,
Is
and
it
now we
really?
just
You know
got
what?
Think about that.
Since this was a failed roll,
all the
I'm going
episodes
to
together, yes.
once again leave this to chance just to make this interesting. So even or odd?
Even.
Okay. I rolled a 14.
Ooh.
Okay.
No, it's not the hand with the vortex manipulator.
So now I have the angel's hand immobilized right in front of me,
Yes.
and I have a free hand with the vortex manipulator on it.
Yes.
But you'll go with it. If you-
No, not
No, that's the
necessarily.
glove.
The glove is
Okay.
protected.
Okay.
That is true.
Okay.
Because I don't know exactly how to get it to let go.
Well,
Well,
You don't need it to.
you don't need.
yeah, they're actually. I would say make. This would be basic knowledge of. So I would say make an ingenuity technology roll real quick. But you can't break
tech
that
bonus,
pose.
yes
You have
or
to
no?
keep holding that pose.
Okay.
I'm kidding, Amy. You don't have to do that.
roll, but also not take your hands in.
Roll with your mind.
Tech adept, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's the base 15.
Tell me what you get.
18.
18? That's fine. This is Time Lord Tech, so I'm going to give it to you. 18 beats the hard difficulty. Yeah, so what'll happen is, because of that force field, because you're also gloved in Time Lord Tech that's protecting you from the Weeping Angel, it's true. If you send this thing back with the vortex manipulator, you will not go with it. It is not actually in contact with you.
Yeah.
It looks like the angel is literally gripping that razor thin force field around your arm. In one more round, I'm going to start having you roll because you're going to start fighting exhaustion pretty soon for lack of air.
Yeah.
So at this point, before this is happening, you are all aware that something isn't going right. The doctor's been down there way too long.
I'm going to start draining the pool if that's possible.
Okay. Yes. You just pop open a console off to the side. You see the inner workings of the TARDIS, and you just jigger it, basically.
Yeah.
I'm still standing guard with the gun and watching.
Okay.
Set of eyes on the weeping angel.
As the pool starts to slowly lower, Velig says, "Why did we not do that in the first place?"
I said that?
No, I'm sorry,
Oh,
Meat
Meat
Stick.
Stick?
I always get you confused. Meat Stick. Yeah, Meat Stick says this. Why did we not drain the pool in the first place? Kind of cocks his head.
Because the planet Avlor. That's why.
Meat Stick seems to Meat Stick proceeds to go through all of how the hell did he get to the conclusion and what does it mean? So Meat Stick kind of goes off for a minute. The pool begins to draw. Corsair, what were you doing?
I was just keeping the gun trained on the weeping angel and staring at it.
Okay, you kind of maneuver around so you're at the other end of the pool looking straight down into this. You're not going to lose sight of it now, but you do notice that the angel has changed positions.
Oh.
And the doctor doesn't seem to be panicking yet, though. Usually a good sign, but the water level is slowly draining out of the pool. You going to do it? Do your thing? You almost feel the malice of this creature as it's clearly aware of what you're doing when you wrap that vortex manipulator around its arm. Being someone who can feel psychic impressions, who has the turn of the universe, being the doctor and knowing this thing, you've been close to weeping angels before, but this thing, the hatred wafting off of this thing is just, it's very aware about what's about to happen to it. As you buckle it on, you for a second think you can almost hear the low hum. Maybe it's a scream, you're not sure, but you can feel that hatred just sort of rippling out in the water. And you secure it, and it's ready to go. You all watch the pool suddenly, you see this whirlpool suddenly as a void appears inside the water. The weeping angel just, the glove protects you, and it's still on your arm. And there's this sudden gap in the water, and you get sort of tumbled for a second, and you all watch the water just, the pool just sort of reacts to the sudden gap in the water as it fills itself quickly, and the water continues to lower. Doctor, as you kind of swim back, you realize you weren't aware the pool was draining, but as you kind of lean back, all of a sudden, you have air.
You all right?
And then a surge of adrenaline hits you.
Wish I'd said something cool. We were underwater.
You can say it now. We'll allow it.
would have heard it underwater.
One of yours?
I'm going to need that glove back.
It did actually come in rather handy.
Well, there's blood to clean
Rather
up,
handy,
and no one else
yeah.
is going to... I'm going to pull that tooth out again that's regenerated back to where
Clink.
What is that about?
Nothing's fitting quite right. And I'm going
I've
to throw up
noticed.
more time lord.
Blood and vomit all over the pool side area.
and gold sparkly, because that's what happens when, yeah.
Right. I kind of throw the gloves at you. So speaking of sicking up, where is River?
Do you want me to go check on her?
Yes, please.
I'll go look for River. Was her room in that hallway we went down?
Yes.
One of the open doors or one of the closed doors?
Open doors.
I'm going to her room to look.
I'm gonna go clean up the mess upstairs.
Okay. You all sort of scatter back to the control room. You run into River's room, and you see an overturned table. Glass is shattered all over the floor, and no one is in here.
River? in case she hid somewhere.
Yeah.
Actually,
No one replies.
I'm going to take out the sonic drill and see if I can scan to see if I can find River anywhere if she's not in this room or.
As you pull out the drill, this device, just holding it, looking at it, it's obviously a custom that the master has created themselves. And let's just say it's not quite as passive as a sonic screwdriver. This thing has probably been used as a murder weapon on a few occasions, just from the looks of it. It still has dried blood from the master's skull, all all drenching down it. It's a
You are
gruesome
gross.
looking device.
Putting that on record.
As you hold it,
It
you're going to
that
scan
doesn't
for
really
River.
bother me. Yes.
It is not protected against. It's just for safety. It is not protected against other people using it.
Okay. You're scanning the room, and you're not detecting anybody in this room as you kind of do a sweep.
Can I extend the sweep to see if she's anywhere in the vicinity?
From inside the TARDIS, you're probably going to have to use the TARDIS consoles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to turn that off before I put it back in my pocket so I don't drill a hole in my leg.
You watch everybody as you exit River's room. You basically run into the doctor and everyone behind the doctor as everyone's left the pool area.
Oh God.
Where's everybody moving now?
To the console.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
console.
I'm going to assume everybody's moving up to the console room.
Except those of us who weren't in the
Yeah, yeah.
TARDIS.
Y'all will see them all in a crowd just running up to the console area. It looks like they're a bit in a panic as the doctor runs over to the console and you immediately start punching in, scanning for River. You find River. She is in a stasis chamber that you designed and haven't seen in quite a while. But it looks like it's one of the few areas in the TARDIS that's force field protected. And it looks like in a fit of both cleverness and desperation, she ran into a cryo freeze and sealed herself in and activated it.
Oh.
So she is currently bunched up like this in cryostasis
Someone should wake her up
inside
for
the
dinner.
TARDIS.
I think we'd better. Yeah.
I need to apologize to her anyway. I can do that.
All right.
What did you apologize for?
No, I said I need to apologize to her.
Oh, I'm glad you're not dead. I wanted
Well,
to
no, because I
apologize.
punched her in the face that time.
Oh, right.
I'll go.
So we'll just do a cinematic cut to you in front of the cryo freeze, slapping down the lever as it all this hissing noise as the cryo freeze immediately opens up. She's been in cryostasis for all of like maybe 7 minutes, and you watch as the ice immediately recedes from her body and the color being restored to her skin as she and kind of.
Angel's gone. Oh, it's fine.
And immediately grabs herself and goes, "Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Very glad. Yes, that wasn't very fun, really, darling."
No, so it's a bit of a thing. Master sort of killed himself. And,
Oh, good.
That
saved me the trouble.
It was great. He took and I actually pull out the sonic drill. He just drilled a hole right in his head. Those brains he's so proud of just spilled out all over the floor. It was quite lovely.
This is amazing. It's like waking up from a nightmare to find out that I have birthday cake waiting for me.
One slight hitch, though.
Of course. What's the hitch?
Doctor crossed her own timeline to help him regenerate.
Is she okay?
Doctor's fine, yes. Master sort of
Wait,
keeps-
to help who regenerate?
the master.
The master.
Yes.
Well, I guess it just means there's another opportunity to shoot him. And
I almost did during the regeneration, but she was.
she'll do that. I could use a warm drink or maybe a towel.
And I'm actually, because I have River's gun from before, I'm gonna give it back to her.
She takes it and slides it into her holster, buttons it.
Just wait till the doctor's gone. Let her think she saved him.
Despite what you might think of me, I could never do that to the doctor. And River moves away.
Point for Jody.
Thank you.
But thank you. Don't take it again.
I also pull a flask out of one of my pockets and
Okay.
hand it to her.
And she goes, oh, thank you. And takes.
We have also Happy Christmas. We have a dinner to get to.
Oh, God. Could you tell her the weeping angel got me?
She knows it didn't. I think there'll be a lot. There'll be a lot of alcohol though, so it should be fun.
Oh, God. Let's get this over with.
I go up to the master. I must say, I did admire your prowess in battle.
That's the nicest thing anyone said to me this whole lifetime.
Well, it is the holidays. Happy Christmas to you.
Is it Christmas?
It's
you
Christmas
sure?
somewhere.
That's fair.
Indeed.
I'm so sorry. What was your name again?
My name is Velig, 3rd Librarian Velig, at your humble service.
And am I in fact talking to a giant baked potato?
What? Ho, 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 ho! Well played, a jolly Christmas prank.
Is there anyone in this room that can tell me if I'm hallucinating a potato in a Santa Claus costume?
That would be me. I could tell you are not.
This is not helping.
I throw up again.
And I go and give him a jolly slap on the back. And his tooth probably flies out.
And my tooth flies out.
And another tooth. We lose yet another tooth.
It's the same tooth.
Over and over again. God.
They're all in the main room, right?
Yes.
I wheel around and say, Relic, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Indeed.
I know your duties as 3rd Librarian are very important, but could I interest you, perhaps, in a new position? 1st Librarian, TARDIS?
The TARDIS is a library, just so you know. A very large one.
Been organizing it.
Yeah.
Would you give me a moment to ponder that?
Absolutely.
Thank you. You know, the Doctor is a sworn enemy of the Sontaran Empire, and should I accept this position, I would be outcast, or should I say, even more outcast than I am at the moment.
But it is a bold move in service of the greater good of the Sontaran Empire that no other Sontaran has ever made.
Indeed. 1st Librarian Velig of the TARDIS, ally of the Doctor. I accept your offer.
Welcome aboard!
Ha ha ha! And I slap the master's back again.
Ow.
Point Amy, that made me really happy.
You know what's funny to me is just that we've been playing this game for how many months now? And you only just officially joined the party after all this time.
But have I?
Or has he? Dun dun dun! Insert.
Dramatic.
Yeah, dramatic drama.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Have.
Yes.
I just want to know, like, I think the TARDIS really likes you, but I wouldn't put it past her to just keep moving the books on you, like, every time you go back.
That'd be good.
But she just wants to keep having something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cillian, your cell phone, you received a text message from Mickey.
From Nikki. Mickey.
It's just the address. Like, hey, mate, here's the address. Forgot to give it to you before we left.
Are we late?
No. No.
Is the floor clean?
No.
I'm still cleaning the floor.
Okay.
Wait, the floor of which?
Are you,
Does he have the
are you
TARDIS
cleaning
console or
your,
outside?
Where I bled.
Is he cleaning
Okay.
up
He's
his
cleaning his own brain
bloody
blood,
mess?
basically.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
help him while
Okay.
regaling him with more stories.
Uh,
I think he likes my stories.
not to get too horrifically
Mildly
graphic,
okay.
but skull blood is thick and very.
Could be.
Yeah.
It's like there's some brain mixed in, right?
No, there was no brain. The sonic drill
In
actually
the
came
version
out in
I told
reverse,
River there was.
kind of cleanly. Yes. Everyone's reunited on the deck of the TARDIS here, and there's a split. Aside from the impending death of the universe and the last tear that's out there somewhere, for the moment, you all realize that you're in a very rare moment of not immediate death.
I'm still looking
As
around
far
to make
as
sure.
we know.
Yeah. As far as you know, you are inside a whale again, but you know, not really.
Oh, I wanted to say
You're like, oh yeah, I'm swallowed again. Oh, he's hi, Levitus.
I am. Once this is clean, I'm going to go into the TARDIS closet and find a new pair of pants and something to wear.
The doctor's got a closet. Dr. Net, we'll say we'll do like a quick change over here where everyone is. So I don't know why I'm asking you this, Darren, because I'm almost certain I know the answer. But are you leaving the soggy Santa costume on, or are you changing out, or?
Wait, is it still the holiday?
Still the same day.
Oh, of course I shall leave it on.
Excellent. Okay, so
Yes, because as you say, skull blood is thick. Skull blood is thick. It'll do the trick. Don't clean it up quick. We love ick. La la la. Blah blah blah. Skull blood for the win. Let's begin.
Story points. There we go.
who needs Christmas carols? I mean,
Yeah,
It was a Christmas carol.
that was Skull Blood by Velig,
Indeed.
topping number 5 on the charts this week.
By Velig, lighting up 3 points on the Sundarn list.
Celine, explain to him about Christmas carols, please.
By the way, K9 is also on the deck of the TARDIS still with you. If you remember, K9 has been following around Velig and helping Velig.
Indeed.
K9 also has a dead grenade that K9 has been lugging around magnetically because Velig plays ball with K9 apparently. So you have all basically cleaned yourselves up, dried off, cleaned the floor. Guns have been handed back. River is okay. I'll leave it to you whether or not you're still soggy or if you're going to have dried off.
Soggy.
Soggy it is.
Battle worn, soggy, and ready for the
Have we
fight.
left the unit hangar? Is he still cleaning his head up?
No, I mean, this is basically,
not a metaphor.
I'm giving you guys a moment of reprieve. So right now, you can do things like change the look of your character, clean up,
Can I
maybe.
go back into unit and get my gun?
Yeah, you probably could.
Actually, I'm going to because there's those Gallifreyan death pistols that Sarah Jane took.
So while all this is happening, the two of you begin to exit the hangar. It's a little jarring to see 2 unit soldiers waiting at the end of the hall as you all exit the hangar. With everything that's happened in the past hour, it's surprising that anyone's here. But apparently they've been here the whole time. And as the 2 of you approach, they say, "Stop. I'm sorry, ma'am. I need identification."
Right. Does it look like I have anything like that on me right now?
No, it doesn't. So I'm sure you see our problem.
Right. What about these?
What's on the other hand?
I have one cybernetic arm and one arm that turns into a giant sword.
Oh, right. You've got the doctor's sword thing. You're experienced enough in combat to know when a person is squeezing the handle of a gun.
Yeah.
Both soldiers look like they've gotten nervous.
I'm not threatening you, boy. I'm just saying you might have heard of us.
That's fine.
Sarah Jane was holding a few items for us. We just wanted to get them back.
Well, Director Jane is not here right now.
I know she went to Christmas dinner, where we're headed to next. But
And the other one says, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not allowed to let anyone in without proper authorization.
And what kind of authorization do you need?
Well, for this branch of unit, you would need direct authorization from Director Jane herself."
Linda, do you need any help?
Yeah, is there any way
Is she at Mickey's?
Yeah,
She was supposed to be going to Mickey's, yeah.
Why don't I give Mickey a ring?
Yeah.
So we'll just say that you guys are all going together then? And
Well, it would be a really convenient way to get them what they want if I could just get Sarah
You
Jane
call
on the
Mickey?
phone.
Yeah, to call.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you're gonna give Mickey a call.
Yeah, Mick.
Basically, you've realized that Finn, at the end of the hall, Finn and Corsair have run into a bit of a problem. Rocco chimes in, and then you see what's happening and give them a call.
Right, yeah.
meanwhile, I'm just
Okay.
looking
Mick,
around
it's,
for another
it's
way.
Cillian.
Shouting.
They're giving us a
I
bit
really
of a
like
hard
my
time.
quarterback.
Wait. Too many people.
They're
What?
giving us a bit of a hard time over here. Would you put Sarah Jane on? She's there, right?
Mickey's like, "Oh, I see what you're doing. Sarah's not here. Oops. Bloody hell. Director Jane's not here just yet. What do you need?"
Oh, well they won't let us back in because we don't have proper ID. Can you would you be able to get us back in? They won't let us back into unit.
What do you need inside unit for?
Well, we need to get our stuff back.
Oh yeah, hold on one sec. Yeah, tell me, what are the names of the people that are holding you up?
I don't know.
Just shout it back to us.
What? What's that?
Right, what's the problem? Are we allowed in or not?
Let's just assume that.
Are you gonna get their names? You'd have to ask them.
Yeah,
They just
yeah, yeah. All right. What? You two. What are your names?
The other one doesn't answer, but the one that's actually being cooperative says, Roger.
One of them's called Roger, and the other one's.
Oh
not saying
yeah,
anything.
Roger. No, he's a good mate. Hey, we always call him Roger the Shrubber. Here, put him on.
All right. So this is me chucking the phone to you.
He catches it. He gets this. Hello? Yes, sir. Well, sir, I'll need proper clearance. I mean, it could be an impersonation on the other. Yes, sir. Very good, sir. He hangs up the phone and says, "You're welcome to go inside." And he presses the button. And the doors to unit open.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, it's all about
Protocols.
who you know,
Doing
innit?
your duties there.
Protocol says I
Rough
have to be your escort.
That's fine.
Fine, take me to where you're keeping my guns.
You all are led down the hallways of unit. It looks like your belongings are being kept not in a secure location, but it's not like the Black Archive or anything.
Yeah.
You walk in and see basically storage lockers with all of your equipment, and there's another guard. She sees you all approaching, goes, "Oh yeah, I was wondering y'all were going to show up." And she goes over and opens the locker and she says, "Made sure nobody touched him."
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for saving the world so many times.
Happy Christmas, everyone.
Jewish, but happy Christmas to you. Happy Hanukkah.
Would I even know what that means?
Huh? Would you know what that means?
There are Jewish people?
Yes.
There's the Jews on Dead Reef. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
would
they're
you would
just
know.
Jews because that was on Earth, but yes.
Yeah, I slid that in there. So yeah, you would be like, "Oh,
I noticed all the Jews.
Happy Hanukkah.
happy Hanukkah." The guard next to all of you goes, "I'm atheist, so in case anyone wants to know."
Oh, give it a rest, mate. No one does.
Silly just leans forward and goes, "How about shutting up?" Give it a rest, mate. Give it a
Did
rest.
everybody go, or just certain people are there?
I think
It's just,
Just anyone who
it's just them.
guns.
And it's a quick cut.
I've been by the door.
You're just
the
At
whole
this
time,
point,
just
we can
staring at the
actually
blood pool
jump cut
and what was
to.
left of it.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's finally happening.
Christmas.
Back at the TARDIS, I have
Jump
started.
cut.
Don't let it happen. I know, right?
There is one more thing that I'm doing back at the TARDIS.
What are you doing?
I need to start working on a new screwdriver.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You can enter the calculations into the TARDIS. I don't know if anyone's seen Capaldi's last season, but there's this great moment where the TARDIS was like, "Here, have a new Sonic." I'll let you decide, Amy. Will the Sonic look exactly like your previous, or will it be a brand new Sonic screwdriver?
I'm going to try to recreate the one that I just had,
Okay. So it'll be a Mark II version.
but a
of-
little more Davros proof, please.
a little more Davros proof. Very good.
So someone's trying to recreate the past to bring back what she's lost.
What?
Okay. That's not thematic at all.
I'm very well adjusted. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so entering the computations, the TARDIS begins to construct a new sonic screwdriver for you. And it's probably at that point, Tal, where you would realize you don't have your sonic drill on you.
Oh, I've known.
Oh, okay. If you haven't noticed yet. Okay, so
barely know who I
it'll
am
probably be
without
after probably be after the events, probably a little later that you'll have your sonic fully ready and operational. Would you like to land the TARDIS near Mickey's place?
Yes. Absolutely. All aboard? Shall we?
And the grinding, wheezing sound of the TARDIS as you all begin to power it up again. And once again, the TARDIS fades from existence with that really fun whistling noise. And moments later, you hear the of the TARDIS arriving almost instantly to your location.
Should I maybe... I mean, we did always talk about how we wanted me to try with the thing you guys, the eating thing, and maybe if I were. I hear eggnog does something funny to you.
All right. Well, could you not drink eggnog as you are now?
No. No. Ew. I mean, I'm sorry. Eating and drinking and stuff is lovely, and I would like to give it a try, but no, that doesn't really work with. No.
All right. Well,
So.
you know, I want you to have a nice Christmas, so or at least a good dinner.
Well,
That is why we're here.
make sure I don't try anything that's really gross, okay? Like
Right.
the good stuff. Show me the good stuff.
It's usually in liquid form, so we're good.
Okay. Usually in liquid form. All right. I'd like to be a ginger.
Okay.
You're always a ginger.
Well,
A human ginger.
Human ginger.
yeah. I guess now that I have red blossoms, I'm more gingery. But like they're red. They're not like I'm a redhead.
A redhead. Like me.
Meatstick says, I believe I will stay here. I would like to fill the pool with water again with your permission. I was getting close. I think I almost had fun.
Do what you gotta do, meat stick. The TARDIS is yours.
Meatstick nods. As you watch Meatstick thud away, there's a brief moment where you forget that he's actually a brutal, like, essentially walking weapon of a
Is he
creature.
still wearing arm floaties this whole time?
Yes, Meatstick has not removed them. There was no point.
No.
So yes, still wearing arm floaties, and Meatstick.
Like pool shorts? Like what?
No, Meatstick is in the full
Fully
black
clothed?
like suit. Yeah,
Okay.
and has been dripping water, dried off just naturally, and is now going back into the water.
Be careful.
Meatstick is gone. Meatstick floats away.
Right. Has River joined us?
Yes, River is there, and you can see the look on her face. She's like, I don't want to do this. Don't like Christmas dinners.
We like this one.
I'll go where you go.
You might notice she has her gun back too.
Trying to remember if she's going to be happy to see Martha or not.
I don't think River
They
had
got along.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did River and Martha cross paths?
Wait. Okay. Who was?
I don't think
It
they
was
did.
Donna. It was Donna.
It was
Yeah,
Donna.
in the library.
Yeah. So at least in this
You're
universe,
going to
you
love
don't know.
Martha. You'll get along brilliantly.
All right. As long as there's something to drink, I suppose it's all right.
Of course, it's a Christmas dinner.
Wish I had something better to wear. But it's fine.
You've got anything to wear.
What's that?
What's this, your first time in the TARDIS? You've got anything to wear.
I know, but I don't want to. You never know when a TG is going to show up, and I want to have to fight and kill people in a dress.
You could kill people in a fuzzy Christmas sweater.
Does have a certain
Jumper?
appeal to it. Perhaps a jumper. I'll think about it.
I'm snickering at the idea.
So you open the doors to the TARDIS.
Are you ready for this?
Well, Doctor, the address that Cillian gave you, the TARDIS has. You open the door, and there is an older woman you don't recognize. Looks like she might be in her 70s, and you're guessing she was sitting on the couch watching television, and is now staring at the TARDIS, which is in the living room next to the Christmas tree.
What is in her hand?
Is it
A
Mickey's
television
grandmother?
remote. And
I
Is
leap
she
at her
alive?
and wrestle her to the ground. She has a weapon, Doctor! She has a weapon, Doctor! I protect you! She has a
Velig
weapon!
charges past you like Secret Service and basically throws, and she goes, ah! And Velig is on top of her. You pick her up. She drops it out of her hand. You lift this woman, incredibly light, right out of the seat. And it's pure chaos. As you hear from the back, Mickey going, "Mom! What's happening?" And he comes running in.
Put her down.
Cillian, you do recognize.
Very well. Your weapon was
So
pitiful.
that's like my great
Put her
aunt.
down.
Yeah.
Well, I put her weapon down, technically.
Oi,
Alan,
put
stop,
her down.
what?
It's just a bloody TV remote, you lunatic. That's my aunt. Leave her alone.
How dare he speak to you that way? Very well.
You set her down. She's like,
So sorry, so sorry. Hello, I'm the doctor.
I'm Santa Claus. Merry Christmas.
Mickey goes, "You brought the bloody centaur into Christmas."
Santa ho ho.
Right, apologies. He's got a little, something. Yeah.
A gift, some might say.
Almost to break the ice, Martha enters the room and goes, "Doctor!" She
hello.
runs over and gives you a big hug. She's like, "Every time I get to see you, it's just so good to see you. I didn't have anything better to say. I just wanted to say I'm happy to see you again."
Oh, you're marvelous.
She's...
Have we warned you about the guests we're bringing tonight?
Sarah Jane said something about maybe a little bit.
I'll enter at this point.
All right, you
quietly.
step off the TARDIS, just looking like hell.
I still no haircut, still not shaven. I still look like a young Ellen Moore.
Do you have the beard still?
Oh yeah, beard and long hair. I am now wearing kind of raggedy acid wash denim jeans and a terrible Christmas sweater because I've never done this before and I'm just making an attempt. I look like a hobo still, somehow.
The master looks like chaos incarnate at this point. Christmas chaos as he steps off
And
the TARDIS.
I've got my bag.
Drops the bag. The living room, Mickey seems to have settled in a pretty nice life for himself. Him and Martha, being one of the top commanders over at UNIT, has obviously got themselves a nice big flat here, which I'm sure Duncan can tell all of us is outrageously expensive in London.
Yeah. Where's he living? That he has a big flat.
Very large. Yeah.
His relative, I suppose.
Multiple floors, but you see Mickey has done pretty well for himself. And
I mean, Martha probably helped.
what's that?
Martha's a doctor. She probably helped.
NHS.
Good point.
But the point is the living room, even with the TARDIS in here, is actually not cramped with all of y'all standing in here. It's spacious enough that it almost, you might say, it might even be big enough to be a house in downtown, or not downtown London, obviously, but it might be a house in like a suburb.
It's gonna be in like south-westy London if it's big and fancy.
That's where they all
Somewhere
live.
around there. Yeah.
That's where all the
That's
Tories
where it
live.
would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Southwesty London.
Yeah.
Southie, westy.
Yeah, the living room's pretty nice. You all step out, and we're actually, if y'all will be patient with us, we're at break time.
Perfect.
So we'll come back and after all the craziness and bizarreness and looping around this weird episode, we have finally reached Christmas dinner.
We didn't bring anything. I have to go back.
The scene that I said, oh my God, I didn't bring wine. So we're going to go ahead and go on a quick 10-minute break. So stay tuned. We'll be right back in 10 minutes for Doctor Who Christmas. Yay. Stay tuned. You pick him up and F5 the doctor onto the ground, and the crowd is going nuts, and they're cheering for you guys.
You refresh the page? What?
Christmas wrestling.
Christmas
A
wrestling.
well-known Pandora tradition.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. We
That's
had
Festivus for the rest of us. There is wrestling.
Oh,
You have to
that
wrestle.
was-
The Festivus is not over until the host wrestles whoever. I'm trying to remember what the Festivus rules are.
I don't know
It's
my
after, it's
Festivus
after the
is.
airing of grievances.
Festivus for the rest of us. That's so good.
So we are back, and we are about to jump into Christmas dinner, which should be interesting. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and say, again, we'll just do a cut to scene. But it's a scene around a very large table filled with food. And right now, there's an awkward silence that has fallen over the table. The only thing that you guys can really hear are the clinking of forks and knives and scoopers and all this other, like, ladles as you're getting soup and all the other fixins that have been laid out.
I'm sure many of us are already drinking heavily.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you can try to picture a table with a Centauran and the Master and the Doctor and Rocco and Finn from 1700s, the cybernetic arm, and just like everyone around, this is a very unusual Christmas table. And
I have forbidden that elderly woman to use any knife or sharp thing.
she has requested to go upstairs and lay down while you guys eat, and she will happily take leftovers. And no one was able to talk her out of that.
What if this is like her last Christmas?
Oh my gosh, Jody.
Should it be? Should it be? I could make that happen if you like.
I was out of character.
Oh, I see.
Mickey, I'm so sorry.
I excuse myself and take the elderly assassin a plate of food.
That's nasty here.
Yes, elderly assassin. I respected your prowess in battle. I have brought you these dead animal parts and drippings that humans call gravy. Please do enjoy. Will you comply by consuming them?
Okay, so you're in her bedroom.
Yes.
Holding her this plate.
That I made myself.
She has the bed sheets pulled up to her face, and she just goes,
I hand it to her and go,
takes it.
I'm very sorry. Forgive me.
Merry Christmas.
Indeed. And a Merry Christmas to you as well.
Happy Christmas, as they say.
Yes. And a Happy Christmas to you.
And she goes under the covers with the food.
Story point that made me happy. These are my criteria.
Dinner at the table is awkward. Even with Velig gone, it's awkward. K9 is moving, buzzing about the floor.
Is Sarah Jane's son here?
What's that?
Is Sarah Jane's son here?
No, Sarah Jane hasn't showed up yet.
Oh, okay.
You've all. Mickey said that they would start dinner, and that Sarah Jane's known for not being very prompt these days because of her schedule, and who knows what the director of unit has to do before she arrives. Yes, that is definitely a point to be reckoned with, because if you remember last time, Sarah Jane's son was supposedly dead and is now alive. So once again, the universe is kind of going, what? And doing whatever the hell it wants to do.
Occasionally you just hear Finn going, all right, oh, don't eat that. That's definitely a plant. Okay.
Oh!
Yes. No. Just steer clear, obviously.
What's that one made of?
That is a potato, also a plant.
It's a plant, but it's all mushy.
Yeah. We mush it up. Sorry.
First we boil it, and then we take.
Yeah, don't tell her the
We smash it.
Okay, but the liquid ones are supposed to be better. Should I have that?
Eggnog. This is the eggnog.
Okay. And this?
Rum.
Oh, you talked about that. I'm going to try that.
Rocco reaches, grabs the rum.
Right, pace yourself.
I brought a bottle.
Oh, no.
I also brought a bottle of something.
I will let you tell me, how does Rocco register that burning sensation? Does it register positive for this plant lizard creature, or does it register unpleasant?
I have absolutely no physical analog for any of this eating thing, and this is totally just how it works.
Okay, as you
I
ingest
believe
it.
in implicitly. Apparently, food burns.
Yes. As you ingest this thing called rum, which Finn seems to be very fond of.
And yet it's trying
Right.
to make you have less of it.
Water.
Okay.
Basically, what happens, Roko, is your biology is used to eating water, essentially, and sunlight, and all of these things. It means that when you absorb liquids, you tend to process them very fast. So as Roko, yes, Gina's getting exactly what she wants right now. As you say, no,
Last time I was
put the
trying to
bottle
see- I wanna
down,
see drunk Roko
and
so
she says,
bad.
water.
I don't know how
Roko,
it works.
the moment she hands you water, and the moment it goes into your hand,
Right, you okay?
the whole world goes, and suddenly,
Yes, I'm so okay. I love Christmas. Oh, this is fun.
Right, you
funny
don't
now.
need any more of that. It's done its job. You
Okay.
Your meal is finished.
Okay, so
No.
yes, the
And then
And
you
that's
had
why I
wind
didn't
in
do
your
that
hair
anymore.
and you were pretty.
Roko just falls
Not
into
when
your
you're
arm
around.
suddenly.
I had wind in my hair.
So yeah, you've seen drunk sailors before, but the thing is Roko being absorbing this alcohol into
Yeah.
their body is actually starting to smell a little like alcohol. As the liquids literally are absorbing into their skin. So all of a sudden Roko has this very like it smells like rum
You
over
smell
there.
like a 4-day-old sailor.
I don't know what that smells like.
So,
I want to roll to spike the doctor's drink.
you're going. What?
The shenanigans have begun.
It's one of the few things known about their relationship is that.
Wait, we're drinking buddies.
Right.
But I'll never do it again.
Without
you do.
consent?
This would be coordination plus subterfuge.
Higher consent, I suppose. Assumed consent.
Friendship consent.
Friendship consent.
Frank consent.
Not a thing, internet.
Not a thing.
Think
Gotta
any of-
state that now.
I don't
Not
think
a
any
thing.
of my
Implied, but always
traits
able to be
go
revoked.
into that.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Friendship consent.
Yeah. Subterfuge and coordination, you said?
Yeah, subterfuge and coordination.
Oh,
Had
the
terrible
classic
things that
roll.
Oh.
16.
All right, so doctor, this is going to be an awareness resolve check.
I'm going to not spend a story point to add extra dice.
Absolutely not.
I didn't. I should have spent one for that.
You said awareness resolve?
Awareness resolve.
Ooh, I did well. 20.
You look back just in time to see the Corsair pulling a swig of alcohol away from your drink, which is
Excuse me.
It's the holidays. Lighten up.
Never again.
You say that every time, and it has yet to hold true.
Well, not tonight. A little bit too many people to keep an eye on. But Roko's having
Okay,
fun.
then I take. I take
He
her
was going to
for
drink
myself.
too.
okay.
I
What are you doing, Master?
Boy. Right? Know what I'm
I've never done
tonight.
this before. I read up a bit, and I'm going to reach into my bag, and I'm going to pull out the most expensive bottle of what I stole from the bar, traded at the bar,
Oh.
Okay.
and put it on the table.
So this is what happens. I've never done this before. He reaches into a bag, and the master
Everybody.
pulls out a milky-looking. The bottle is obviously old glass.
Whoa.
But it's like the moment he sets it down and the smell as he pulls the top off of it, the first person is Finn, who you smell one of the old drinks of your time. It's a very familiar scent. It doesn't have the refinement of modern drinks, thank God.
It's perfect.
It's the moment the master pulls it out and sets it down on the table, you recognize it as one of the most
floating
expensive.
in it. Oh. Right, but I gotta take care of this.
Is that appropriate? Is that how it's?
Depends on what you did to it.
Seems appropriate
He
to me,
brought
mate.
it, which makes it perfect.
Well done. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
It's a crazy look in your eye.
Right, pass it over.
I
I can't scan that thing. If anyone could just.
I think Finn's gonna take a scan of it now.
I'll
if you
take
know
a
what I
scan
mean.
of it if you don't
I'm pouring
mind.
myself a little bit of it already.
All right.
He means drink it.
I'm watching you.
Remind
Rocco
me.
is quite literally 4 sheets to the wind at this point.
All right, so I'm going to teach you an old custom called cheers.
Okay.
You do it with water.
Okay.
No.
Rocco grabs the bottle of rum again.
Water. Whatever feels the body best, which is water for you.
Okay.
Right. Salud.
Salute.
Right. And all in one go.
Okay.
Take the whole thing.
All right.
Right, ready?
All right.
Go.
Well, I was gonna
Oh,
ask.
right.
All right, I need to check. I need to check to make sure our break is coming. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That was a brave
All right,
choice.
I was laughing too. I'm sorry.
So Rocco.
It's okay. I'll have more later.
So Rocco, curiously enough, downing the water begins to flush the alcohol out of your system immediately, and you suffer the jarring effects of sobering rather quickly.
Oh.
Never fun.
Right,
Nope.
I know this
Back
isn't.
to the rum.
You all are watching Rocco.
Just
The amount of alcohol Rocco is consuming right now could possibly land a human being in the hospital. But seems to be, yeah, Rocco maybe takes 20 to 30 seconds and you're back to happy times are here again.
Sounds
So much better than
amazing.
drills in people's
Duncan is like, this is the
Let's
greatest
get another
reality.
child, please.
Oh, I would like to take this moment, as I believe befits the occasion, for a toast
With alcohol?
same thing
with
as
a
cheers.
little.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Except you lift your
I
glass
push the
up
drink, I
in
spiked back.
preparation.
All right. I can do this. I can do this.
The water. Right.
I've been traveling for a long time. I've seen a lot of places. I've met a lot of people, and I've lost a lot of them. But the joy of my life is seeing the new ones and the new sides of life that my friends bring me, the new times and places. And I've left behind an entire universe, as a couple of us have, but discovered you can take the best of you and bring it to new worlds and to a new life. So here's to second chances. And to the future, I suppose.
The future.
To the future.
There is one.
I come
Let's
down
make
the
sure there
stairs
is
with
one.
the old lady in my arms and say, "What did we miss?"
Okay.
Did you get
She's
married
laughing
there?
as Belly comes downstairs with her, holding her like Tarzan holds Jane, kind of that
Happy
whole.
Christmas.
And she's just like, "Hello, sorry, did I miss anything?" And Mickey stands up from the table and goes, "Mom, are you all right?" "I'm fine, fine. Could you set me down over there?"
Oh, very well, indeed. I gently set her down.
She's at the end of the table. Right. Oh dear, let me see that. And she reaches over near Rocco and takes the bottle of rum. and you see Mickey go, "Oh man."
I like your
Right,
voice.
Mom. No, trust me. Drink this one instead.
And she's, "Oh, thank you, dear." And she takes it, and Mickey looks at you and goes, "Oh man."
What went on up there?
Christmas.
I don't think you want. I don't think I want you to say any more.
Very well. I shall say no more. I shall be silent
Say no more, say
and
no
not
more.
speak about anything. Say no more, indeed.
Sometimes are filthy.
Right, no peeking. No peeking.
No, no. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a bad idea.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Where's
Rocco.
you?
Rocco, I
Filthy.
need you to make a. I'm gonna say make a. Let's make an awareness resolve check.
Oh no.
Okay, cool.
It's not gonna be that hard.
Nope.
I hope you rolled like crap.
What?
21.
Okay, you didn't roll like crap.
Fuck.
You never do on that. Okay. You managed, despite the fact that you're deeply intoxicated, you managed to keep your psychic potential under control. And there's no, you managed to, like, there's a few moments where you reach out to Fen, and then you're like, no, physical, we're going to do this, yeah. And so, but yeah, there's a few moments where your self-control kind of goes, yeah, just stand over here for a sec. No, stand back next to me. It's kind of like the attitude you have. Christmas dinner continues to move on. Mickey says, so Doctor, I heard you talking to Director Jane. She said you...
Director Smith, yeah.
What's that?
Oh, to Sarah Jane, to Director Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone Smith, I guess.
I was wondering, did I hear you say that you were from another reality?
Right, yeah.
What was it like in the other one? Was it like this, where Martha and I married? Was Cillian there? I mean, you're from there too, right?
Yeah.
I just had questions. I was just wondering. I mean, if you don't have to talk about it, I know sometimes you can't talk about things.
Do you think we should not?
I'll let you make the call. He's family.
Yeah. In the other reality, the reality I'm actually from originally, you and Martha weren't together in part because you weren't in that reality anymore. You died in that reality.
Mickey leans back, and Martha looks a little disturbed.
That's why I was so surprised to see you when we materialized here, because my whole life, well, not my whole life, sorry, it's the timeline of this whole thing is a bit confusing, but yeah.
Right. No, I must... It's weird to me because, like I told you when we first connected here, that in this reality you died as well. If you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mickey looks at you and goes, "To second chances."
By the way, how did I die?
You see Martha just kind of gives Mickey a side glance. And Mickey says, you died in the line of duty.
So did you.
Well, at least we know we'll stand up, right?
It's a little mirrorism here. This is weird. It's like in one life I'm you, and in the other life you're me. Sort of.
So
Not quite.
This is totally the right time to make it right then, Yeah.
Absolutely, mate.
That would have probably been my fault. Thinking about it.
A lot of things are.
Yeah, we did statistics to figure out the people who were most likely to be in the presence of the Doctor, and your name was probably on one of those very long lists, and we had to make sure you were dead so you could come here.
Are you sure this is the time for honesty?
Wait, Mickey says, are you telling me you systematically hunted down and killed possible companions of the Doctor?
Yeah.
And
Is
then
that a problem?
Heavy silence falls over. Doctor, you begin to start wondering, of everyone you know, who's alive?
Oh, anybody who would have been before is fine, or wouldn't have been. It would just have been. We didn't know. I mean, I had to save the universe, and we needed you, and whoever you brought, because you always knew who to brought, and they wouldn't have been very useful.
But those people are still dead in those other realities.
No, they're alive in other realities, just not this one. I mean, everybody dies. It just entirely depends on where you land.
You know what I like about this? River leans back. The more you open your mouth, the more they're going to be less inclined to stop me when I put a bullet in your head.
I just
starting to feel a lot more
I just
like
catch River's
Christmas.
eye. Like, we talked about that.
You, Master, in her eyes, you see the rage, but you notice a distinct lack of conviction to that threat.
That's fair.
Yeah. Cauliflower.
Like she, despite everything, she may not go through with it.
It's
kind of thing.
white.
But you can sense that just from looking at her.
To dining with the best and worst of us.
Martha leans forward and says, "Oh, I knew this was going to be an interesting one."
I'm keeping Roman off at all times.
Wait till she gets her hands on wait till they get their hands on the Christmas pudding. They're gonna love that.
Pudding.
All right.
No
Does
plants.
chocolate
No plants,
cocoa-
but brandy butter. You're gonna love that.
Christmas pudding?
The
Set
old
on
woman,
fire?
It's
Mickey's mother,
It's like a cake.
she leans over to you and says, "Why are you being so quiet now, dear?"
I'm waiting for the stories. It's a tradition.
Counts, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
The
we should-
Santoran Christmas stories.
Oh, I'm sure they have
just give 'em
plenty
the
of
custard.
stories.
Yes.
And she starts
give 'em the
pouring
custard
rum
and
into
brandy
your
butter.
glass. Slides it over and she says, "You should drink up."
It would not be seemly. I'm a soldier and a librarian. We do not imbibe.
Excellent. She
Indeed.
pushes the glass towards you again.
Indeed.
This'll make it that much better.
Indeed. Oh, I rolled over my shoulder. That was good.
You managed to perfectly just like. And she says, "That's the way to do it." Completely
Indeed.
unaware that the cat that was wandering behind the table is now soaked in alcohol, and immediately just kind of scatters away.
It's gonna clean itself and get drunk later.
As the cat scurries away, you immediately see Canine just right after it. Pardon me, and just goes right past you
Right.
guys at the table.
First the lady kill him, all like.
Yeah. You guys hear a knock at the door and says, "Oh, guests, everyone's late." And Mickey stands up and Martha says, no, I'll get it. And she gets up and goes to the door. And a few minutes later, y'all down the hallway, you're hi, and everyone's saying hello and whatnot. And a few minutes pass and again, it's never not jarring, Doctor. But the guests enter and from around the corner, you see yourself. Your 10th regeneration.
Yeah.
Walking in goes, "Everybody here then?" And right behind her,
Would I know about that? I probably don't know that he's around. So
right
I'd probably,
right behind her comes Rose holding David. And everyone's dressed up. Yeah. Tal,
I've met her in a projection, but I've never met.
you see her face, but here's the other crazy thing is this regeneration of the Doctor, you killed him. You had River kill him. And he just saunters into the room happy with his family and walks in, pushes his glasses up and goes, "Oh, so everyone's gathered then. Right. Still mashed potatoes?" And he moves past you. You're watching a ghost move, walk past the table and goes, "Oh," and just kind of pulls out a chair and sits down, and Rose smiles at you. And she just says, "Hi."
Hi.
And she moves down to the table too, and David's being very good right now as everyone sits down at the table. And Martha comes back with a big smile on her face, and she says, "More guests. I hope you don't mind. I thought I'd invite a few more people."
Did you happen to mention to them anything about our guests?
Well, and at that point, this universe's Doctor stops and goes, "There is a Centauran at the table."
There's a you at the table.
Well, I knew that there was going to be a me, especially since I was coming.
No one told me there was
Doctor,
going to be a you at the
could
table.
you explain what's happening?
And she's what the TARDIS looks like.
Really?
Hello.
This is John.
Do you know?
This is
John Smith.
John know
going to
who
be
the master
awkward.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
No?
I think that's fine.
because this is not. He's not from this reality.
Then it's probably for the sake of this going to be Lisa and Jarvis, right?
Most of the time.
Does he need to know?
We'll have to keep that in character because no one was expecting this.
But he
Yeah.
also would have. I mean, he would have memory. He has all.
The
of
Master absolutely remembers the face
No,
of
but
number
Da-
10.
But
Yeah, but he wouldn't know what I look like or be able to
Well,
sense
yeah,
that
but
I
he would
was-
remember the master from his
He is
reality.
because
his
Talison's
whole-
regenerated,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
because he's from another reality, doesn't make that connection for the same reason that Amy didn't immediately know that Taliesin was the master before.
Yeah.
So he sits down, Rose sits down, everyone starts getting plates and laughing.
I'm so pleased you're here. I need a quick word.
With which one of us?
Well, just both of you. Come on.
Martha goes, I can watch him. And Rose smiles and hands David over to Martha. And Martha just falls like, hello, and kind of Mickey's smiling, watching her, and they end up leaving. What's that?
Did I get anything?
You take Rose and John aside and goes, yeah, I hope it's not serious.
Well, I hope it's not serious as well. But we have some guests at the dinner tonight. This is odd. My face.
I know this look. Oh no, what did I do? What did we do? What did you do?
It's sort of what we have and will and should do.
Rose just chimes in and goes, timey wimey, and he's like, yeah.
Yes. Rather.
So we did something good? Does it have to do with the guests?
It does.
It does. Okay. Does it have to do with somebody who is a guest who I'm going to be shocked to learn who they are?
Yeah, a bit.
Is the one with the fuzzy hair the master?
Yeah, a bit.
Oh my god, I was kidding! What?
Rose, I'm so sorry. Wait, you.
I'm not giving you a story point, Eric.
Yeah, no, it was pretty great.
I'm not.
He's been helping us,
Until when?
but also he was the Lord President of Gallifrey, and then they kicked him out, and then he was
He
secretly
takes off his
leading
glasses and
resistance,
says, yeah, keep going.
and then he forced River to kill us. And that's why I'm dead. But now we've discovered the Rassilon is coming, and that's who's turned the council against the Lord President, and we found him in the belly of Leviathan, one of the ancient space whales. You would have loved it. And
This
he's
is
been-
what it was like. He turns to Rose. This is what it was like being a companion, wasn't it? And Rose goes, yeah. Who's the master? No. We no. Sorry.
But apparently he was harvesting parts of Time Lord organs, and now he's come
Oh,
back
thank
a
God,
bit
because
different.
I thought this was getting worse for a second. So,
But I'm a bit hopeful for that reason that he's trying to help us. But I didn't think you'd appreciate eating dinner with him without knowing. I thought I should just put a word in.
you see the jaw clench.
If it helps, I think you're really freaking him out.
Like Rose is watching him to see if he's okay. You see the jaw clench, and you're familiar with this emotion, because as the doctor, you're familiar with having and being able to catalog a whole range of emotions that take place all at once within yourself. He leans over and says, sorry, I just remember you. I mean, you left us in Bad Wolf Bay because of who I was and what I did. And I understand that. And now you're traveling with him. And so... And it's totally something I would do. So it's strange because I want to be really mad. But
He hasn't got
I know what this is like, though, you know? It's
I
kind of one of
left you
those...
here because Rose could help you as well. He hasn't got one of those.
No,
There's no one like that.
No, I know. And he turns and looks at Rose and goes, no, I have no regrets. It's just... It's a lot... This is... What do they say? A lot to process? Yes, a lot to process.
And he's only sitting here because he actually tried to kill himself to save us all from Davros bringing the Daleks back.
Well... That would sound like something he would do. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be the one to ruin Christmas. Let's go play nice. Is River okay? Did she take this okay?
She's incredible.
It is kind of strange to see her sitting at the table. Does she know who
Not
I
sure
am?
okay is the word exactly, but
Does she know who I am?
I could never rule out anything she knew or didn't know.
Right. Okay. Well, well, just got to keep it Christmassy then. I know.
Doctor, come back. We're telling stories now.
They're talking to you.
Shall we?
Who's the master? No, I'll tell you. I promise I'll tell you.
I'll explain later.
Rose goes, no. We talked about this, and she's.
Do you need a minute?
Yeah, could you? I'm gonna catch her up a little bit, and
Sorry.
goes. It starts a while ago. I'll start back when we were in school, and you move back to the table where the feast is happening.
I stare at her. Explain, please.
Right, back on my world, there was a moment of meta crisis. And he's one of me from my world. He's not yours from this one, Dax.
Okay.
Yeah, Master, I would say that this has never entered into your calculations.
No. Oh, this is weird.
He's part of me and one of my other companions, and
Why does she look like your guilt complex?
I'm
That's
rather.
actually a good question.
I was fond of her.
Oh, clearly.
So why does she look like your guilt complex?
She.
Goddess is a guilt complex?
Doctor's got a guilt complex.
Everyone says guilt complex. I say it as well.
Guilt complex.
Guilt complex.
Not with this, dear. She slides over the alcohol again,
Indeed. Ah.
adding to the large wet stain that's collecting behind you.
Is that a story?
You're wasting that rum
Not a
right
story
now.
for Christmas.
No, I'm sharing it with the floor.
Did anyone ever tell me that all of you got that scene that? Canon question.
Canon question.
You let me know that all of you saw. You have already let me know that all of you got the scene that I had with the Time Lord kid, right?
Yeah, we all saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I brought it up in the scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're
Yes,
good.
and we all saw Rose walking around with you for quite a while.
Right.
Yeah.
I just needed to,
Yeah,
because in the
we're good.
moment I didn't think anyone could see.
I mean, I don't.
I filled you in.
You did?
Yeah. We were alone for a while, and
Damn it! Was I blinking
assumed
my
I was
right eye
making
again?
that.
All right. So Christmas dinner proceeds, and the alcohol does finally loosen people up, except for Velik, who is not partaking of any. But nobody, except for you, who actually have a direct view of Velik, have noticed how skillfully he's just tossing alcohol behind him.
Right, stop wasting the good rum. If you're going to do it, use what that one.
Sharing it with the floor.
The floor doesn't
As-
want it, believe me.
Talk to the floor about that.
Talk to the floor.
Yes,
Have a psychic
talk to
energy.
the floor, as the humans say.
The old woman, your aunt basically excuses herself. Mickey helps her to bed because she's had a little too much. And you guys move into the dessert portion of dinner. Everyone's getting into that food haze finally. It's also occurring to a lot of you that this is the first time you've had a sit-down meal since all this madness really happened. You've had food for sure together, but never in a dinner setting like this. And for some of you who have been running around the galaxy and who haven't had a good, wholesome meal in quite a while, this is a bit of paradise right now. This stuff is very well prepared and very tasty, and the alcohol is flowing, and River looks miserable, and everything is perfect.
I keep passing, every time I pour a drink, I pass it to River.
Okay, River just takes it. And at one point, Mickey does the thing that River clearly was dreading the entire dinner. He gets up, or Mickey gets up and goes over and turns on music. And you see River go, oh, God. No.
Which song is it?
You know what I really want it to be?
What?
I really want it to be, I feel it in my fingers, feel it in my toes.
Christmas is all around.
You're the GM.
Dude,
You
like
can make it
the
anything
Love
you
Actually
want.
crossover of Doctor Who.
It always felt vaguely appropriate, and I don't know why.
I love, like, I watched that movie for Bill Nighy because that
I know.
he's so.
I watch the movie for everybody.
I watch it for Bill Nighy. I just can't get enough of that guy. Anything he's in, I'll watch. But that was my favorite. So. Yeah. So anyway, a really bad Christmas song comes on, and you see when Rose hears it, she like starts laughing, and the alcohol has kind of affected everybody. John isn't drinking, obviously designated driver, and he's holding David and like we'll say he's patting him on the back and burping him a bit.
I didn't know there'd be so many, but I read up, and I know there's supposed to be a gift thing, and I brought some stuff for some people. I understand if you don't want it, but no offense, unless you would like some offense taken. Anyone feeling brave?
I'm feeling brave every day of my life.
I reach into my bag and pull out a very small Christmas package
Okay.
and hand it.
It's well wrapped
It's about
and
this
everything.
big.
Your magical bag.
Oh, what the hell? This should be interesting.
He hands it across the table. You watch. John is watching this with
And
scrutiny.
give you a box. It's a very, very small box, about that big.
So I just want to point out, the master in his new format is handing out Christmas gifts at the table. I guess if y'all want, you can open them, and Taliesin can tell us what's inside.
I shall not as of yet.
Okay.
I will open mine very carefully.
When did you do this?
Back in the TARDIS,
Right.
she helped.
Ah.
She likes
We've been on the road so long, on the road, as it were. I didn't bring anything. I hope that's not a problem.
Mickey goes,
This
no.
guy is making me look bad. That's a low point in my life.
Yes, I very carefully lift the lid of the box to make sure it doesn't explode or something.
There is a beautiful banana inside.
A banana?
Oh, never
Take it and
mind.
I look at it
I'm
like,
good.
"Are you sure it's actual
It's an
banana?"
actual banana.
The doctor does.
Thank you.
I shouldn't say the doctor.
That's
John.
something you can eat.
John, who's watching this, kind of has that great Malcolm Reynolds moment where he just looks at it and goes, huh,
The thing.
and just stares at the banana. Like, no, I did not see that coming. I'm half expecting somebody else to pull a banana and now stop playing
I
telephone.
take a bite of the banana. Just to, is it a good banana?
It is a very good
I'm
banana.
guessing you're going to peel it first.
I already
Sure,
did peel it.
Oh, okay, you peel it off.
It is a very good banana.
Okay.
Oh, so when she said it peeled, it all looked like a banana. That's a
Oh.
banana.
Anybody else
true.
feeling brave?
I'll try.
A very tiny box.
Okay.
Goes all the way down.
Hope you got something for the doctor, considering she just saved your life.
Hasn't said yes yet.
Open it. I spent a story point and I clairvoyance a peek.
You see total darkness.
There's nothing in here.
As you stare at it for a second, it's black
You're
inside.
not supposed to peek.
Okay.
And I undo
Okay,
the
you tear off
present.
the little bitty flecks of paper and pull it open.
It is a beautiful, large opalescent scarab beetle that has been coated in a very thin crystalline structure. There are carnivorous plants; they do exist. This is an edible delicacy from a race of plants from the prehistory. This is a candied scarab that is designed to be eaten and is a source of protein for compatible plant systems. It's a very expensive piece of Turkish delight.
You got me a real food.
Happy Christmas.
Quite
Thank
nicer
you.
than mine.
This is
Well,
nice.
You.
It is.
Anybody else feeling anxiety right now?
He's given us all things we eat so far.
Somebody should open up another gift then.
Well, you see,
Just one
on
for-
Santar, it is a tradition that if you have nothing to give, you can give a story. There's a wonderful one about ripping the heart out of your enemy and presenting it to his family underneath their holiday tree. However, I will not give that story, for I have found now, as first librarian of the TARDIS, that the greatest story that I have heard is the one that I am currently sharing. I'm not crying. I'm being controlled by the master. I'm leaving. I bring a plate and my gift, and I go to Meatstick.
Okay. You stomp over to the TARDIS and throw the door open and slam the door behind
I bring
you.
him a plate.
Okay.
And I give him
Story
the gift
point.
and go.
Yeah.
Go.
While that's happening,
This is for both of us.
Okay.
And I give the gift to Meatstick and we open it together.
Okay. You
What
into
is
the
it?
pool, which
Yeah.
has been refilled,
Yeah.
and
Well
Meatstick
done.
is standing there and just, "Hello, Master Velig."
Hello indeed. It's been wonderful inside, and you have been missed. This is a gift from the New Year's baby, who is evil, and I believe it could be for both of us. Would you care to open it with me?
Would you like me to open it with you?
It would give me great pleasure.
Do I want to give you great pleasure?
I'm so pleased.
Oh.
Yes,
Very
I
good.
believe you might, on this special day.
Takes it, sets his cube down.
I've also brought you some Christmas pudding.
Ah. He opens up the gift. What is it? Because he just tears it open.
It is a scholastic, is it a 1980s style scholastic reading award that is one of those blue little cheap ribbons that you pin to your chest that says like #1 reader.
Okay.
I put it on Meatstick's coat.
He just watches you pin it.
Yes.
So Meatstick, now one of the most horrifying bodyguards ever created, has this
blue ribbon.
I am a good
The
reader.
Medal of
and
Valor.
the water
I am.
wings.
Yes.
And the water wings.
And the water wings.
Yes.
Yes.
I do wish we got into
The
comic
fan
style.
art that's going to come from Meatstick is going to be pretty amazing.
I have accepted a position as first librarian of the TARDIS, and you are now protector of the library of the TARDIS. Will you serve proudly and honorably?
Would you like me to?
Yes.
Yes, I shall serve proudly and I shall serve honorably.
Happy Christmas, indeed. I'm not crying. I'm being controlled by the master.
Story point.
So our story point battery this game
Whoa,
is
Good
daring
God,
to fall.
man.
Aye, aye.
Also, while Velig was stomping off and
Does
everyone was
Meatstick
sort of looking at that,
understand sarcasm?
the Corsair slipped the master on the paper, and I can roll 2 stealth back.
No, we'll
Put it in my beard.
okay. We'll go ahead and you regard it while this is happening.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You read the paper.
Right?
What happened?
I passed him a note.
Yours is not going to be exciting till later.
Okay.
And I hand you a very small package. Don't panic, it'll make sense later.
Should I wait to open it then?
No.
Okay.
Just don't panic.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
It's a little box about this big. Inside is a tiny cage with a mouse.
A live mouse?
Yep.
Why would I be afraid of that?
I
I used to sleep with these things in my bed every night.
Well, you read things about humans, you know.
Shape. Lots of mice.
You read things about humans apparently
did
you
you
don't
get
like
a
mice.
mouse?
Oh, that's not important. Why would you ask a question like that?
And at this point, you guys hear the doors of the TARDIS opening. And stepping out from the doors, you see a very sleepy-eyed Zeeps, who enters into the doorway and goes, "You guys out here?"
Yes, they run.
No, no more.
No, I won't.
It's Christmas. Come on.
No.
Oh, yeah. He walks over and says, "Hi everyone. Sorry, sort of slept in a bit. And
Probably needed a nap.
should I sit down somewhere? Should I?"
Yes, have some, have some pudding.
Thank you. And he sits down and starts. He's just starts heaping pudding onto his plate.
Mickey, Martha, this is Zeeps.
Hello. Keeps going. Mickey goes, "Hey."
John, Rose, baby David.
Christmas dinner continues to proceed as normal, with the added squeaks of a mouse. Normal.
Right, why will this be important later?
Eventually, you guys get to the Christmas poppers. What are they called, Duncan?
Crackers.
Crackers are passed out to everybody.
Right, you hold one end, make a wish, and pull. Come on. No, oh.
All right, even, odd. Gina is odd. It's odd, so you get it.
Oh, I immediately put the paper crown on Rocco.
Okay.
This is how it works.
This is the best blasty. It popped and turned into something nice. Thank you.
And also inside is just a teeny tiny plastic compass.
And that's accurate.
I know. I've had a lot of Christmas crackers.
Right.
What's your joke?
Oh, I don't know.
Damn.
Give me a second.
Google joke.
Yeah. Have you heard the joke about the broken pencil? Good, because there's no point.
Oh my gosh.
Have you heard about the magic tractor?
Yeah.
It
No.
was driving down the street
No,
and
it's
it turned
perfect.
into a field.
Say
That's a Christmas cracker joke.
He gave me a good one.
I'm gonna have to.
Two
What?
peanuts were walking down the street. One was assaulted.
That one never gets old. Ever.
They're usually, honestly, they're usually not that good.
Yeah.
Christmas crackers are opened all around. Lots of laughter at the table. It's a scene of, you guys finally have yourselves a scene of momentary reprieve and peace. And you're able to miraculously, even those of you who have been at odds with each other, even River loosens up and you find yourselves having a laugh.
Deck
And
of cards comes out.
what's that?
Deck of cards has come out. I'm teaching Rocco how to
Okay.
play gin rummy.
You find yourself inexplicably losing.
Eventually, John and Rose have to excuse themselves because little David needs to get to bed. So they're walking out, and John stops at the door as everyone's being seen out, and he says, "Yeah." He doesn't say anything, and then he leans over and gives you a hug, and a squeeze, and goes, and then just moves on. And Rose stops and looks at you and says, "I mean, it seems like every time you and I say goodbye, it's always so... It's just a little bit too much goodbye in our goodbyes." She
You've made it.
leans over and hugs you.
It couldn't be me. You've made an awfully good life.
Thanks to you.
I'll try to keep that up.
Me too. And then David starts to make noise, and she says, "Oh, all right. Happy Christmas."
Happy Christmas.
Rose gives you one last glance as she steps out, and you close
My
the door.
best to your mum.
I'll tell her. And then the door closes. Everyone seems to be winding down at this point. The alcohol has finally reached levels where it's kind of becoming like sleepy drink, like sing-along time. Martha is asleep on Mickey's shoulder, and he's just sitting here. It's starting to occur to all of you that Sarah never showed up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sarah never showed. But Rocco, the alcohol is affecting you like you just started drinking still. Because every time you drink water and then you drink a little more rum, you basically reset. So while everyone's winding down, Rocco's still ready to party. Like, it's still just like, it's hard to keep up with Rocco's energy, just like Sam in real life.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And
Roko's just excited to be here.
that's that is a fair point. Mickey says, listen, I hate to do this to you. I'm going to get her to bed because she's completely gone. Can I leave you to sort of finish up down here?
Yeah, don't worry about it, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks for putting us all up.
Yeah.
And for all of this, it's incredible.
Yeah, and I know you've got a place, but if you want to crash here, you're welcome to.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Have you heard from Sarah
Can
Jane
we?
at all?
I'm sorry.
Have you heard from Sarah Jane at all?
She says, he goes, who?
What are you on about, Doctor?
Oh, shit.
Who do you work for? Who's the head of unit?
He leans back and he's like, Doctor, what's happening?
Who's the director of unit?
Answer the
Just
question.
tell me.
1 second.
Is it a Lethbridge Stewart?
When you say her name, he just says, yeah, Doctor. Who else would it be?
You're right, Doctor.
It's changed. It's changed again. Right.
Does everyone else here? Everyone
Do any of
else
you remember
here
Sarah Jane
won't
Smith?
remember either, will they?
Anybody
What
who's
are you
not
on
Amy
about?
or the
Your
Doctor,
shouting is giving me a headache.
everybody who's not Amy or the Doctor has no memory of a Sarah Jane Smith.
They're acting weird. Is anything?
Alright,
anything
you're
weird?
going
Yeah,
over.
your watch is spiking a little bit.
Doctor? This person you're talking about.
Oh no.
We've got to fix it. Oh. Was there any more? The time signature that we saw when we got diverted here. Did we track down what it was?
The time signature?
Yeah.
I believe I'd have to go and look back. I don't believe you did.
Never tracked that down.
This is why the TARDIS brought us here. After all.
I don't know. I'm gonna go to the TARDIS console and look up Sarah Jane and Kate Lethbridge Stewart.
You run into the TARDIS console. The TARDIS, as the moment you enter the data, the TARDIS has every record of Sarah Jane. And actually has conflicting reports that she is the head of unit. Kate, also head of unit. No
both
record of
also
Kate
dead?
ever being deceased or anything like that. Your TARDIS is essentially accumulating records from your reality and this one. So what you're looking at now is kind of inconclusive, but it also contradicts itself, which is typical when paradox is in play.
Right. Cillian, I don't know how we fixed it before. It just went back. You're surrounded by the paradox energies. You can affect them.
Master, here's something that you haven't had a chance to say yet. You know Sarah Jane.
I do.
She's not the head of unit.
She's not the head of unit.
She was one of the Doctor's old companions.
Oh yeah, no, she was one of the ones that was pulled in the hopes that you would bring her to here.
I'm sorry, what?
She was one of the ones that was pulled in the hopes you would bring her
Define
here.
pulled.
Oh God, I was told to be polite. What do you want?
What?
You murdered Sarah Jane Smith.
Not personally. Apparently now I have.
For the record, a few moments ago you hadn't.
Well, how about that? We should probably do something about that.
And how exactly do we do that?
I think we'd better close that third tear.
Can you find it?
Any of us can find it. That's not hard. And I'm going to pull up the. I mean, like I have the location information exists. I think I've probably already put it into the TARDIS and been begging them to go there.
We've been trying to go there. We just keep getting diverted.
Yeah, the TARDIS keeps bringing us to
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, it's easy to find. You have the location. You haven't been able to like analyze exactly where it is, but you have the coordinates.
Is K9 still here?
K9 seems to be buzzing around the apartment, yes.
The woman you've all met as director of unit.
The Kate woman, yeah.
A few moments ago, she was dead, and Sarah Jane Smith, one of my very best friends, was the head of unit.
Cillian, are you destroying the universe again? The TARDIS said you do that.
What?
Well, I'm not doing it.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
The TARDIS said
according
what?
to the TARDIS.
The TARDIS said,
The one that
what?
looks like Rose and your guilt complex.
She said what now?
She said Cillian was destroying the universe, but I don't think she meant it like on purpose. I think you're being nice.
Roko, what are you talking about?
Well, I had a chat with the TARDIS. She likes me.
She would.
I can confirm that.
And at that point, there's a pounding on the front door.
I go to get it.
You
Who's
stand
there?
up. You don't hear anything again. You look through the door hole, and it looks like somebody's half covering it, but not completely. And you don't see anybody immediately on the other side. You all hear this sort of strange at the door.
Can't be any more dangerous
Strange in
than
that
people already inside.
it's very heavy-handed and very loud.
Is it me?
I know. How did I get out there?
Are there side windows next to the door?
No.
Right, well, we usually just open the door.
Yeah. Happy Christmas.
You pull the door open, go "Happy Christmas."
Hand on gun.
Huh?
Hand on gun.
Also, hand on gun.
Hand on fin.
Understandably. In the doorway, you see, as soon as the door opens, they lean against the doorway the way someone who might be wounded would. But they immediately collapse as if, like, when you open it up, it looks like they've lost their support. And you see a fully armored TG in the doorway, less than 2 feet away from you. Blood trickling out the side of his mouth. He stands there and looks at you and says, "Are you the doctor?"
Yes.
Thank God. And he pitches forward into your arms. And that's where we have to stop.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're out of time.
God damn it.
We have.
I know.
Yep.
We're out of time.
Yeah.
We've got to wrap it up.
I wanted to open my present.
Yeah, we had something. We had something because Jody and Taliesin are going to be out, so they
We might have left before that happened. Is the thing, because I probably would have stuck around.
I was already
There's a
planning on
TG.
just vanishing it. Yeah, like as soon as the coast.
So
was
then,
clear.
what we could say then, to wrap this up and give us a good finale, is when this happens. At that point, with all the talk of Paradox and people vanishing, you all probably realize at the table too that the Master and the Corsair are no longer at the table. Like a bad movie edit, they're just gone suddenly. Like continuity just got skipped over because they're no longer sitting at the table the moment this TG appears and stumbles into the doctor's
But
arms.
you do all remember us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theory.
So that'll be it for our game today.
Okay.
It was a little
fun.
it was a little more lighthearted.
That's about as lighthearted as it
That's about as lighthearted as it get. We've got
What's in the
1
dish?
minute,
One weeping
so we
angel
wrapped up a little
and-
early.
Do you want to know what's in your
I
present?
just wanted to
Or do
know
you
what's
wanna
in the
open
What's
it
in your
later?
present? We got like 10 seconds.
Your present is a photograph from us in school.
Stop.
Oh.
A little wrapped package that has that device because you actually have to go put it on me as soon as you get a second, or else I'm gonna die. I'm a giant fucking walking paradox right now. And a small note that says, "Sorry, I know you can be distractible. See you at the end of the line, M."
I'll leave you with that, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Make sure to watch Brick Battles. It'll be coming up next. Thank you so much for joining us, Darren DePaul, again. Hopefully get you back. We'll see you guys next Friday. Until then, stay whimsical, everybody.